and welcome back to episode 150 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host, Malcolm Chef Boyardee King.
What's happening? What's going on, y'all? What up? Hey, Mr. Mondo Burger, get it correct.
Listen, we got the guys in the building. We got Long John, Pauls, Logan. We got CT in the building. We got OG Michael Brown.
All right.
You know, had to remember on the fly.
Yes, that was a good one.
But what's going on with y'all?
Dude, nothing, man. Just hanging out.
Broncos still suck.
Listen,
Russell Wilson's still talking too much, and he's starting to piss me off. He's just talking too much. He's just talking. He's digging himself a bigger and bigger hole. He said the game, I guess the game they had in London, when they played in London, he said that even though his hamstring has been hurt, that he was stretching during the whole time while his teammates were sitting down on the plane, and he was working out and just really getting in rhythm, and he's just been going above and beyond more than people realize. I don't want to hear shit. Just shut up. Just shut up, play ball. You and your team suck. I don't want to hear about how you're doing this and you got this injury and you got that injury. Russ, you just got to play ball. You just got to play ball.
Got to show up. Hot.
You know what I mean? All this Broncos country, let's ride. I was with you. But at the end of the day, you got to play ball, and you and your team ain't playing ball, bro.
You're a glorified meme right now.
Listen.
Right. Listen. You're embarrassing yourself. Your legacy. You're embarrassing. You're really hurting yourself.
Your name is Russ. You're a meme right now.
Right. Yeah, any Russ. I can't think of a baseball Russ right now off the top of my head, but I'm sure he's shit in the bed as well.
Them Russes.
God damn, Russ. We got to pull through for the Russes this year. At least one a year. Shit. But my thing, go ahead.
I'm about to say, they had some bad losses too this whole year, man. Like field goal or down, you know what I'm saying? A game they was up and they took it to overtime and lost. Just
fluid. Bad decision making.
Right now, it's difficult to beat the Raiders for bottom of the AFC. But they currently sit at the bottom of the AFC after all these motherfuckers put them at the very top with the acquisition of Russell fucking Wilson.
Yeah.
Like, everybody just automatically put them over the Chiefs and the Chargers just by acquiring
I did. I definitely did. I was one of those people.
I'll tell you, I wasn't too hot on that myself because Russ has been in somewhat of a little bit of a decline past couple of years as far as performance and productivity.
Right.
He ain't been showing up like old Russ used to.
But he also didn't have an offensive line in Seattle, though. Like, it's not like he
doesn't have the best one in Denver, though.
He was even worse in Seattle.
Yes, it's better than Seattle, but it's not the best in Denver either. I mean, right. I would just say the completion of him arriving with the defense and the wide receivers core and all that did look great on paper, but I can't unsubscribe from the fact that I think Seattle broke him. I think the fact that he was running for his life for as long as he did in Seattle, he's completely broken, and that affects his decision making.
Yeah, that's what half his game relied on was that, getting out of the pocket, scrambling, being able to get a first down or maybe finding somebody open once you've got that much time, behind the line of scrimmage. But now it's just like, I don't know if it's the play calling or like you said, maybe the decision making, but it ain't there.
It's the coach too, Coach Hackett. They said he's about to get fired any day now. Michael, you got NFL Network. I'm sure you've been hearing this shit.
I agree with that as well.
They said Coach Hackett is about to go. He's been terrible. I mean, he sucks too, so that doesn't help.
But is it – so here's where it gets interesting, right? Because is it beneficial to your quarterback / organization to change your coach mid-year of a season. I can't think of a time that's ever worked.
Yeah.
And in the situation where Russ, like Logan said, is on a decline, I can't imagine by you bringing any coach in, even if you dug Vince Lombardi up and brought him in, I couldn't imagine that would make a difference at all to the situation.
Well, they usually go with an interim.
You have so many adjustments to make over the course, both sides of the ball, that you're going to be, scraping more than you are finding success. At least the first couple weeks, at least.
Even still, even if you had a coach with the perfect scheme for the Broncos, you can't implement it until 23.
Yeah.
You can't bring it into this currently. You have no choice. You're too deep into the season. You have no choice but to rock with the current playbook scheme that you have set up. Now, what a new coach may be able to do is slip in some plays that may work here and there, and that could, make a lot of a difference looking at it from a perspective of moving the ball. But I don't think that with Russ's, like you said, decision-making currently, it would matter any coach you brought in.
Yeah. And
you got Mike Tomlin from the Steelers. It's not going to make a difference.
Well, I definitely wouldn't pull him right now. Shit.
That's the Steelers, Joe.
No.
That's the Steelers.
Nobody was saying that's the Steelers when he won.
What I'm saying is this is the first time I will argue possibly in Steelers history that they've ever had a legitimate rebuild. They've always had a successor for their quarterbacks.
No, they didn't. Tommy Maddox was terrible. Cordell Stewart.
Well, I mean, that was the issue, that the fall from Cordell Stewart to then when we got to Ben Roethlisberger, you're not going to have a great quarterback every year.
There's a dirty bird.
What up? They was just talking about you. Why let's go and try to put my team in his hashtag? Nah, man, we don't do that bandwagon.
He said Eagles.
We good, Bubba.
Kumbaya.
Hey.
Kumbaya,
Les Caboro the hat of Thanksgiving. You feel me? But you got to give it back.
He got his whole shit locked down. He got his whole shit locked down in the seatbelt right now. What's going on? What's happening?
Hey, man. Shit, man. I just left the work and shit. Yeah, fuck them weak ass Steelers, man.
Oh,
Steelers.
Listen, well, before we hop on all of that nonsense, I do want to say I think it's ironic that you brought up the fact that Russell Wilson got benched after the epic trade that was made. What do y'all feel about Matt Ryan losing his starting spot to the 2021 6th-round draft pick?
Doesn't surprise me.
It's appropriate.
Now, let me use this timeout to, so to speak, rub your nose in it, right? Because I remember before the season started, we had a conversation about Matt Ryan and Carson Wentz, and you said that Carson Wentz, there'd be no way that Matt Ryan doesn't do worse than Carson Wentz. And I said Carson Wentz didn't have a bad season for everything that, everybody's been saying about him. The fact that he gets pulled week 8, I feel like that automatically says that you've had a worse season than Carson Wentz.
Well, it's no different than, at this point, they're just sitting him, and they're going to want to get rid of him. They didn't sit Carson, but at the end of the day, what'd you do? You got rid of him. You didn't want him anymore. So we can say that he didn't do the worst. That's fine. But at the end of the day, if you got fired, you got fired. You know what I mean? And
but after he got him to a Super Bowl, sorry, Malcolm. But after he got him to a Super Bowl,
he's talking about
then they got rid of him.
He's not talking about.
I'm talking about Indianapolis, but
Carson Wentz. We was talking about Carson Wentz.
No, we talking about him in Indy, his time in Indy.
But I'm saying.
They all suck. Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
Anybody post Peyton Manning?
But did Andrew Luck really suck? I guess that's
he didn't.
I guess that's what I'm getting at, is the fact that we've gotten Peyton Manning and Johnny Unitas out of the Colts. What other good Colts quarterbacks have there been?
Probably Andrew Luck's one.
You say Andrew Luck? Yeah, I would say Andrew Luck would
For
fall into
one
that category.
season. For one season.
But see, here's my thing though, because it's similar to the Raiders, where certain teams you go to just don't have a good QB upbringing. If you don't have a NFL ready quarterback coming into those teams, you do not have success.
You're gonna be building the whole time, yeah.
Right. Adam Luck was the closest
Andrew.
Andrew.
I do that all the time.
Adam half cousin.
All right.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Andrew Luck is the closest thing the Colts have ever gotten to an NFL ready quarterback, and they broke him like Seattle broke Russell. Mm-hmm. So my whole thing is, if you don't have a team that's good at coaching up a quarterback and you get a guy like Carson Wentz.
I'm out. Phillip Rivers took him to the playoffs in his final season.
Phillip Rivers was already established as a Chargers quarterback long before he ever made it to the Colts. That was his retirement tour, so to speak.
Right.
So that you can't count that. Phillip doesn't count. And even still, even with Phillip, Carson Wentz's numbers were not far off of his.
But he didn't take him to the playoffs, Cliff.
I get it. But I'm also not saying that Carson Wentz is on a Phillip Rivers level either. Phillip Rivers better bring the team that traded for you to the playoffs, unless you went to the Jags.
So what are you telling us? The Carson Wentz sucks, and we already...
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that he sucks. I'm just saying that I think that a lot of people are a lot harder on him than they should be.
Not at all.
So he might not even get his Washington job back with the way Heineke just played.
Listen, that's fair to say too.
That is fair. I do think it's different because Carson Wentz got injured. Like he's out 3 to 6 weeks or something with a hand injury or something like that. Maybe he fractured a finger in his throwing hand. I think
right,
is what
his
it was.
thumb, I believe.
But so that's different than the likes of.
I might be mixing that up.
I'm just saying, if Heineke was to take him to the playoffs, you think he would come back in and play? You know what I'm saying? It'd be one of those Philly situations again.
So what it sounds like to me is this is the season of the wasted quarterback draft.
Quarterback
trade, I mean, not draft, trade. Between Matt Ryan, Russell Wilson, Carson Wentz,
Brandon Zappe.
What's the Cleveland? Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Jacoby Brissett, Baker Mayfield.
See, I don't know if I'm so quick to put Jacoby in that category just because it's Cleveland. Now, if we were talking about teams that aren't coaching up quarterbacks, Cleveland's at the top of the list.
Absolute top.
So Jacoby's just doing what he can with what he's provided. I don't really want to do him like that, but
Jacoby got weapons.
Yeah, he does. Amari Cooper, Peoples-Jones.
Yeah, he's solid. If Brissett went to somewhere else,
what's the name? Schwartz is all right, but he don't. He's all right, but he's not a target.
So they still got that tight end.
Njoku.
Yeah.
He's one of the. I think he's a top 10, if not top 5 tight end before he got hurt.
They say he just got hurt. He's gonna be out for at least 4 weeks too.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's tough.
The only thing
bug too. Your injury bug this year is crazy.
And Cleveland needed Jacoby. They didn't have anybody else.
And Jacoby's been on like between 3 and 4 different teams in the past like 4 or 5 years too.
He gonna have that. What's the McGowan?
Josh McCown.
Yeah. They gonna
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
He got that. Yeah. He has a podcast now, and he has all of his jerseys up in the background for every team, and it takes up the whole wall. Like it goes across one wall and into another.
That's hard. That's hard.
That is hard though. That whole idea is hard, but it says something like they just sending you around. Tyrod's another one. Like
Journeyman.
Like he just has bad karma, man. I think it's beyond football. He just has bad karma or bad luck. I don't want to say bad karma because that implies he did something wrong to receive it.
Yeah.
But he definitely has bad luck.
He's unlucky Joe. He's unlucky.
Listen.
Everything you touch. Everything you touch.
I won't even say everything he touched, because he can actually turn bronze to silver. But don't let nobody touch you, or they might fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I would like to know how that lawsuit is going between him and
Chargers.
Was it the Raven? Was it the Chargers?
Yeah,
it was the Chargers staff that punctured his lung.
They said something. What did he say? Something about his lung.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him that injection and they
punctured his lung. Put it in too deep.
Him arguing with they're gonna get him kicked out the league. They gonna blackball him.
You know what? You're not. I don't think that you're too far off of there. Like, you don't want to make waves if you're not good enough to keep.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he may be thinking, I'm damn near blackballed as it is. I better get all the cash I can grab.
Before, yeah, you're right.
So it may be a smart move on him. But back to Matt Ryan, I don't want to put too much on him. I mean, I know he did lose his spot. But he's also suffering from a rib injury, if I'm correct.
Yeah, you're right.
The only difference is, well, we're in a new era, right? We're in a new era. I remember back in the day, motherfuckers played through rib injuries. I don't know how many rib injuries Michael Vick had and played through them. And then he started wearing that big ass flak jacket shit when he got with the Eagles, and you saw it bulking out of his uniform.
They didn't give those injections back then.
Right. No, they knew. Listen, that motherfucker had his fingers. He was doing it like a pool cue, trying to make sure he ain't go too deep on Vic. We need this motherfucker now. Listen. But other than that, I say let's get into the games. Because, I mean, it's not a lot of NFL news. It is a lot of trades that took place. And like I was telling Logan before, I haven't kept track of all of them. I know CT, you sent a few to the chat. Of course, last week we didn't talk about what didn't happen yet. McCaffrey going to the Niners.
Yeah, run CMC.
Mm-hmm.
That's a flip.
You think that's what I was just about to ask, is how y'all feel about that trade specifically, about him going there?
That's a flex, because with Debo doing this thing, McCaffrey is going to be that 3-headed dragon to come in and come. What's the starting running back's name? I like him too.
Wilson Jr.
Yeah, there you go. I like him.
Jeff Wilson.
Fred Wilson Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I've watched enough of him to pay attention.
I know that. I look at the fantasy stats. I look at the running back based on all the running backs. He's up there. He's doing numbers. He's doing numbers like Stevenson from the Pats. Even your boy at 10. What is it name? Travis, the one in the Jags.
ETN.
He puts up numbers besides Derrick Henry and then the rest of those guys. But yeah, when you look at certain,
he went to Clemson with what's the name?
Yeah, there's some people putting up numbers.
Lawrence. Couldn't remember his name. I was about to say Sunshine.
It's a good.
Look real good.
This guy.
You said what, CT?
I said he looked real good last week.
Trevor Lawrence? Mm-hmm. He's been having weeks. I said it.
Running back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He usually does, though. If he's not injured, he usually does. He's another one of them all-purpose backs. I like him.
They got no to do.
They traded James Robinson right after the game
to the Eagles.
I like it.
To the Jets. It was the Jets. I don't know why they made that trade.
Because what's his name got hurt?
Breece Hall got hurt.
They still got
They got Michael Carter.
Right.
That's not good enough.
I mean, nobody wants to run with just one running back. And I'm not sure of the Jets' depth chart at the running back slot. But
Tyler
if you got Michael Carter and two others, I'm not rushing or itching to make a trade because Breece Hall just started coming on in the past 3 weeks. He wasn't doing that in the beginning of the season.
I think
they went with Michael Carter.
He's been steady.
They did go with Michael Carter to start,
and then they benched him.
Yeah, Breece
Hall come in and do the same thing he picked up where Breece Hall was leaving off. You know what I'm saying? James Robinson, he wasn't getting that love he was getting in Jacksonville no more, probably.
Right. And what was you about to say, Logan?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, Breece Hall, he'd been fairly consistent all year, but he didn't really start like taking over the workload, like the workhorse role, until, like you said, the past 3 weeks or so.
It's a 2019 Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard situation.
Straight up.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Now I like the trade.
You like that trade?
Yeah, it's smart.
It definitely does that.
I mean, you got niggas that's hurt. Michael Carter's been hurt. You got Hall was hurt. Shit, nigga, add as many as we can, bro. Let's get 10 niggas on our depth chart.
It looked like the Jets trying to win. That's what it looked like. The Jets
right.
Yeah.
They buying in as the season goes on. Because I could imagine. What'd you say?
I said if they did something totally opposite where they blew it all up and just started trading, then I'd be like, oh, man.
Right. No, I agree 1,000. I think that at the beginning, what I was about to say is I think at the beginning of the season, they went in with the expectation that we just going to do what we can and take the picks that we can get next year. And now that they see that they caught a little bit of fire, they like, nah, fuck them picks. Let's see what we can do now.
We beat some of them top teams.
And that's not dumb. Especially as a Jet. Like, let's be honest, Jets, your windows only ever cracked. It's never open for you to just jump through. You got to sneak up and open that bitch and hope that the people in that motherfucker don't hear you making noise.
Yeah. And whoever would have thought the Bengals would have got there last year, you know what I'm saying, on some sneaky stuff. So
right. That's a great, I'm glad you brought that up because I think that might be inspiration. If Bengals can sneak into a championship and we 5-2 currently.
And the quarterback is taking the most sacks, you know what I'm saying? He was taking a lot of sacks. And we still getting there.
I will say another week of Zach Wilson not throwing no touchdowns or nothing either, though. That don't look good. That just doesn't look good.
Joe Burrow
was throwing shit. Joe Burrow was lighting it up.
Tyler Boyd, whoa.
Listen, that nigga was ending the game with like 4 touchdowns and shit.
Hey,
three.
He had a 4 game. Can't remember
this
what
last
week
one.
It was. No, I'm talking about last year. I'm talking about last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year before he to go to the bowl. But the reason why I bring it up is because if you have a quarterback, second-year quarterback, throwing you 4 touchdowns a game, surprisingly makes it to the Super Bowl, and then you have another second-year quarterback that's only given me 1 touchdown in 4 weeks of them playing, you can't expect the same outcome. You can't expect that same Super Bowl outcome. So at this point, my question would be, was the trade worth it? Was buying in right now worth it? Because basically you're buying out to go out in the first round of the playoffs.
You talking about the Jets?
Yeah, if y'all make it. I'm saying if y'all have a good enough season to keep it up, right now you're just buying in to make it out of the first round.
I think they're just going, as long as their defense is holding teams, you know what I'm saying, low, keeping teams off the field on offense, you know what I'm saying, they're going to have a chance.
Right.
With Zach Wilson throwing touchdowns or not. That's why they probably trying to pick up a heavy running game.
Yeah, that makes sense, just to take some off of Zach.
Got to.
I would think the Jets' defense is one of the stronger parts of their game right now, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are looking pretty tight.
They're able to hold in those drives pretty well.
Listen.
I was saying that at the beginning of the season when they were even losing. I'm like, this Jets defense just looks like they attack the ball.
Yeah.
They fly around. They get sacks. I'm just like, yeah.
Even in their preseason, Sauce is my guy. That addition was amazing for them. But even in the preseason, that D-line was getting in the backfield so much, I had my jaw on the floor. I was like, God damn, where did the Jets get these motherfuckers from? Where did they get? They stopping runs. They stopping fourth downs. Never seen it before out of New York. Not the green and white, maybe purple or blue and red. But never green. Maybe Strahan in them days, but never green and white.
Yeah.
They had a good D-line since what? Reggie White.
No.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody that they've.
You're talking about who?
Reggie White.
Talk about the Jets.
Reggie White didn't play for the Jets. He played for the Eagles.
Oh, am I mixing it up?
I
know he played for the Eagles.
Played for the Eagles and the Packers.
And the Packers. Packers.
Right.
That's where he went. You right.
I'm interested.
It can't be a podcast.
Right, it gotta be. I gotta fuck something up.
That's what you got.
So when then have they ever had anybody noteworthy on their D-line?
Never.
And not that you know, and I can't think of any. I gave them somebody that they didn't even have. I'm out here trying to come up with somebody. I can't think of anybody. And I even think now it's more of a rule by committee than it is any one man making noise. I feel like everybody's doing their job and it's making them eat.
You got, who is it, Quinnen Williams?
From Bama?
He's still new.
Mm-hmm.
I like linebacker with the dreads. He's nice.
You better stop getting in trouble though. That Quinnen Williams.
He played with Baltimore. What's that linebacker Les that played with Baltimore with the Jets? With the dreads in the middle, number 57?
Are you talking about CJ Mosley?
Oh, is that who that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my boy. That was my boy. He was a dog.
I might not even have not known that the Jets had him.
Yeah, bro. He's a dog, bro. He let go.
Y'all let Matthew Judon go, too.
Mm-hmm.
Look, he's going off. Mm-hmm. I'm like, this is bullshit. This is... What the fuck? Why you let him go?
Listen, I mean, motherfuckers don't make the best decisions.
God damn.
You gotta think. Baltimore is fairly new, like from NFL history standpoint, and they stole all of their players from Cleveland.
No, you're right.
So they were almost like an expansion team that wasn't an expansion team in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's not like they're as newborn as a team, like you said, started in '96.
A lot of teams though did that though. You know what I'm saying? St. Louis went to LA. You know what I'm saying? The Baltimore Colts, all he did was just switch names, gave Indianapolis back the team, and then we became the Brownies, and then we gave Cleveland back their team, and we became the Ravens. I mean, it's the same shit. The franchise already existed. They just kept spinning the name. You know what I mean? The Oilers were in. Now it's just the Houston Texans. Like they just spin the names. So, you know.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all it be. Some bullshit, but.
All right, Les. All right.
Right. That's fair.
So, the history game.
Les.
Listen.
Pay attention.
Message.
Mike's stupid. But yeah, can't think of any other trades. What did we
Oh, we got that Robert Quinn from he went from the Bears to the Eagles.
Oh yeah, the defensive end.
Yep.
Make that Eagles line is gonna be even stronger.
Woo! It's unstoppable. It's unstoppable.
Man.
At this point.
You rarely see people come off a win and get traded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe he asked for it. Do we know that he asked for it?
No, it's just got the trade deadline coming up.
I mean, he went from the Jags to the Jets. That's a contending team. I mean, I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, and you know the Jags are in, like I said about the Jets at the beginning of the season. Jags are in the same boat where it's like they didn't expect to do nothing this year, and now that Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he's showing weeks of me liking what I see, but it's not consistent yet. Yeah. So what's the point of keeping assets when we can trade them for younger ones? So I get it from a Jag standpoint. Jets, Eagles, I honestly think that they have to buy in. I was about to say I think they're buying in a little too early, but at the end of the day, they have to.
Yeah.
They're too close not to show effort. So I mean I get it from both perspectives, both angles.
I feel like they're on a little run like the LA Rams was last year, where you pick up a couple players and take that Super Bowl run.
Right. But do you think Philly could be a Super Bowl? No, we're talking about Philly now. Do you think Philly could be a Super Bowl run?
For sure.
Mr. Tom.
I think it could.
Mr. Tom.
I think it
Mr. Tom.
For sure.
I can definitely see them coming out the NFC.
The hottest team in the NFC right now.
Shut up,
Tom. No, I mean he right though. I mean the Eagles, it's they Tom. They got they I've never seen the Eagles this good in a while.
No, I haven't either.
So, like this dominant. I haven't I've seen them win, but not this dominant. Like they're shutting everybody down. It's like people, even if they get injured, they still got people to come in and fill in. It's like stops them. Like Jalen Hurts, everybody said, "Oh, he's a subpar." Motherfucker's looking like an MVP candidate. Like, come on now. Like this is like your team is on. Like everybody's doing their thing.
I don't know if I would say he's looking like an MVP candidate.
Yeah, I wouldn't go.
He's looking like a leader of his team. But
MVP are still the Patty Mahomes and the
Josh Allen.
He is good as Hurts is. He still falls in that category with Wilson and Pickett. Get touchdowns. We don't want to see you run 2 touchdowns a game. Let me see your arm bring you to the end zone. Still waiting to see that.
That's a part of it, but I think at the same time, you got quarterbacks out here like, I don't know. Look at your Tom Brady's and Aaron Rodgers. Like they ain't even getting it done with the passing game. You look at a guy like Jalen Hurts who can get it done in the passing game, but also it seems like they prefer to get it done with the running game.
Right.
But
I'm not saying he can't do it, but I didn't mean to cut you off.
They're producing touchdowns, bro.
Just like Chicago. The Chicago offense looked like the Eagles offense the other night.
I think Darius isn't ready.
Who?
Darius
Slay.
I don't think he's ready. Like you have to lead that secondary, and as great as he's been looking, deflections, all that. But I know you can attest. Been a lot of dropped interceptions, mistakes made. You can't make that playoff teams.
I'm not worried about him though, because what you have to understand is not just him that's been playing great. We have the 2 best cornerbacks in all of football.
Bradbury's doing all right.
If Darius Slay doesn't cut the mustard, we still got C.J. Gardner-Johnson at the safety who's been killing shit.
Yeah, he's been doing all right.
He was fucked up last game when he did play and came back, got a pick. So I can't hear nothing with that. Then you got James Bradbury shutting shit down. So it's not just one guy we're depending on. Our whole defense as a unit, which I haven't seen, is playing great ball.
No, they are. They definitely are. But it's going to come down to the secondary because y'all haven't come up against Kansas City in them yet. You haven't come up against a team that's just throwing dots on a regular. And I think that's going to demoralize some of those younger players a bit when they see that and they're like, fuck, we thought we was the shit, but they just showed us different. I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready for postseason is what it is.
We'll see.
Because postseason, you could go, we know that. We know from the Patriots, from the Vikings, or whoever, you can go 16-0 and hit that postseason and shit the bed. All that confidence is out the window.
Yep.
We got to the Super Bowl, though. We wasn't even supposed to make it that far.
No, you're right. You are right. You are right about that. But y'all also had Moss and Brady. You had the best wide receiver and the best quarterback in NFL history.
One of the best seasons too. Yeah, he caught a record that year too. Brady did too. They was on some.
Whoa!
Yeah, two passing or something.
You're giving Tom Brady the GOAT. You're saying he's the best?
Oh,
yeah, the best quarterback.
Right.
In NFL history? Who else? I like the fact that you're feeling otherwise. I would just like to know
who's
where
the
you're going.
Who's the close to?
I would say he don't got enough rings to compare with Brady, but I say Peyton Manning, and I definitely say Drew Brees as far as stats.
Well, I say Aaron Rodgers. I've always been Aaron Rodgers over Brady.
But
I like
about rings and shit. That's
Here's the whole thing about that. The only reason, and I will say again, the only reason that Tom Brady is considered a GOAT is because of the rings.
No.
Right.
Reason.
No,
that's the only reason.
I think that could be argued.
What he brings
leadership could be argued though when you say Belichick's the coach. You don't have to be the leader necessarily when you have a Belichick.
But look at him. Look now. He's
this
still
is
the leader.
Set up like the military. So if one general falls, we got it set up like another's gonna step in.
But if Tom Brady is the GOAT, he's not. Look at the way he's leading his team this year.
Yeah, but he's also going through shit. That's not an excuse, but it's a different season for him.
From the off season, from AB, like it's an AB hangover type thing.
Yeah, it's a lot going on with him.
Yeah, but if you're the GOAT, how much is that affecting your game? If you're the GOAT,
right? That's fair to say. That's fair to say.
At the end of the day, though, everybody's human,
and we haven't seen nobody else do it. So
everybody's human at the end of the day. So
if he didn't have eight,
if he didn't have what?
Are you saying the same shit about Tom Brady if he has 4 rings or 3 rings?
No, because I'm saying even with the 6, 7 that he has, I'm still saying I like Aaron Rodgers better. Me personally.
I'm right there with you.
I'm gonna go ahead and give Tom his props, man. He is the GOAT.
He
really is.
He is.
The rings speak for themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh.
Taking quarterbacks and making a wide receiver.
Aaron Rodgers hasn't won a championship since 2011.
What about a playoff win? What about a playoff victory?
Aaron's just been getting himself
his playoff record last episode.
He was in the guaranteed NFC championship, guaranteed for what? Ever since the past 2 years?
So was Donovan McNabb for a while, Cliff, and what that man do?
But that's different because there's no way
hell of a comparison.
That's what I'm saying. There's no way you could compare Aaron Rodgers to Donovan McNabb.
I'm just saying, we're talking about success of making it to an NFC championship.
Didn't Donovan McNabb shit the bed and throw up and lose that Super Bowl?
Man, he
but what I'm saying is, if we're talking about making it to the NFC championship, Cliff, you better check the man's stats. Donovan McNabb did that multiple times. The whole point of the discussion was you don't get it done at the end of the day. Aaron Rodgers hasn't won since 2011. It's been 11 years. I don't care if you make it to the playoffs. I don't care if you play on the Packers. You ain't done shit, bro.
But one could argue Brady wouldn't have got 6 without Belichick. And the only reason you got 7 is because you picked where that was the perfect play. He knew exactly what he was doing. The Super Bowl is being held here. They got a squad. Let me go there.
He didn't know he was going to win a ring with the Bucks.
Right.
The Bucks, they was one of the worst teams in the
Man, stop. When you know you're Tom Brady and you have this team has all the pieces that I need currently to thrive. And I know that I have home field advantage if we make it out of the NFC. That's that in itself.
I mean, Tom liked his chances. I will say that.
Period. He's not dumb. He's not going to leave for nothing.
He didn't picture like I'm gonna be in the Super Bowl in Tampa and like
we lost last.
He knew because they know where the Super Bowl's gonna be. a year to 2 years in advance.
Right.
He did
So
have
he knew
Lenny
it was
Fournette.
all set up. And I'm not saying that it was
Gronk
set
was
up by the powers that be. I'm saying that he did his due diligence and made sure he was watching what the teams are doing, what team I want. Because remember, he said he wanted to go elsewhere, but they chose, quote unquote, that motherfucker over me.
Yeah, I think that was the Raiders.
I do too. I think we had it. Yeah, I think we had a conversation about that.
Yeah.
But he said, what's the next best? Well, home field advantage. They got a decent wide receiving core. Defense isn't awful.
Right.
Why not go there? I've done more with less in New England.
Yeah. The Buccaneers defense was what it is pretty much already.
Right.
I mean, they've made a couple additions in the 2 years that he's been there, but it pretty much already was what it is.
Nah, that you just got to give genius to genius. That was genius when it was due.
Yeah.
Pick the best place to go if you chose to leave. But we see what happened because this is now what, your third year with the Bucs?
Yeah.
And we haven't seen good years really out of the other two.
He had the MVP.
We haven't seen good years. Yeah, I'm not going to say we haven't had good years.
Who's that?
Made the playoffs.
He didn't win MVP last year.
He's made the playoffs though. He hasn't missed the
Aaron
playoffs.
Rodgers
MVP last year.
Aaron Rodgers did.
Right.
Year
Yeah,
before.
I think the year he won the Super Bowl, I think he may have won it.
But
I don't
Brady
even
hasn't missed the
understand
playoffs
that.
with the Bucs.
I don't even understand how Rodgers won MVP that year. Tom Brady had way better stats.
No, he didn't. Tom Brady had, I think, 3 times the interceptions Rodgers had.
But he threw for 6,000 yards,
I
though,
think
Chris.
Rodgers only threw for 3 interceptions. Brady threw for 12. And I can't remember the exact stats. But the numbers of yardage wasn't that far off. Because to be honest, it was Brady with the most. Then it went to Carr. Then it went to Rodgers.
Yeah.
Because Derek Carr threw for 4,800 and something that year.
But that's not completions either. I think Tom Brady top in completions, and then what was he? There was one other stat he led in last year. It doesn't really matter. But the point is, I understand. Aaron Rodgers is going to get his flowers regardless.
Right.
But at the same time, I was genuinely surprised last year, and I don't ride Tom Brady like, the media does or anything, but I'm not. I'd be a fool to sit here and be like, right. So I was surprised last year that they didn't name him MVP.
That's why I thought he got it. That's why I was thinking he got it because I was like,
yeah,
crazy.
I was surprised.
No, Aaron won it 2 years in a row.
Yeah, but Brady had
so
12.
He ran it 2 years in a row.
He won last year and the year before.
He won the Super Bowl. He won that year too.
Yeah.
What up, Q?
I did not know
What's
that.
up? What's up?
What up,
Q? What you doing?
Huh?
I said, what up, Q?
Oh man, living in the Miami dream. That's all.
How did you come up in here?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Listen, let's get into it.
But Tom Brady did have 1,200 or so more yards than Aaron Rodgers, and
he threw for like 6,000 yards, man.
Yeah, but
he broke a record.
When you look at the yards to the efficiency, I'm taking those less interceptions and a couple less yards than Tom Brady.
But who is going to play to that level at or up to 45 years old?
No, I agree, but that's Brady's issue. That's not the league's issue.
It's not an issue though. That's why Brady's still playing.
And that's what I'm saying. That's not a part of the criteria. How old are you when you accomplished? And now we're getting to a point when they're going to be like, well, Brady played until he was 45. How old was he when he ran for 2,200 yards? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's here nor there. And we don't need that in the game. Doesn't belong here because nobody else should be playing until they're 45 other than a punter.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
If you still got it though, you still winning.
No, I get it from that perspective, but we can't look at MVP stats and be like, but bro was 45 and dude was only 38. Come on.
Yeah.
What does that even mean anymore?
Hey, Aaron Rodgers even had more game-changing moments than Brady, though. That's what put him above from my standpoint.
Aaron Rodgers ain't afraid to get busy with his feet. Nigga, you run me out this pocket, I'll still get out on you, 39 or not. Brady, like I said this year, they're calling design run plays on 4th down just to avoid Brady taking a hit from a all-out blitz.
But Brady's in better shape than Aaron Rodgers, though, while you playing.
I don't know. That's
my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you were, I would be a little bit more willing for you to run a 4th down play.
Brady's like LeBron. Just because he don't run, Brady's like LeBron. Brady takes top notch.
Brady has the quickest release behind Patrick Mahomes. Currently,
he's got his own
getting
team.
The ball out of the pocket. So you mean to tell me that on a 4th and 1, a 4th and 2, you can't run a quick slant? We'll run a run play because we're worried Brady's gonna get hurt. But Brady's
he's bougie. That's he doesn't want to run. He's bougie.
They both can't afford to lose a quarterback. The Bucks or the Packers. So why would I risk my 39-year-old quarterback to run? But for Brady, I'll run this run play because
Aaron Rodgers is not in his right mind. He's doing ayahuasca.
Maybe that puts you in the righter mind.
He's not. Yeah. Oh, let's look up his stats and his record and say if that puts him in the righter mind this season.
But at the same time, you like that's hard to do, right? To just compare apples because you're comparing apples to oranges. Because at the end of the day, wide receiver 1 goes to Allen Lazard. Who's a second-year player?
Neither one of them are doing well at the end of the day.
But what I'm saying is when you have a newborn wide receiving core and you're a veteran quarterback.
Yeah.
It's tough. That's a tough adjustment because now I have to tell them, I need you here. No, not where. No, I know you think the spot is where. No, I need you in this position when you reach this point. Other wide receivers, Devontae Adams, you don't have to explain that to him.
Brady's playing with young guys as well. He's had to coach young guys. He didn't always have veterans.
Like who?
Yeah, I don't know if any first year.
His last couple years in New England, he didn't have any established players to throw to at wide receiver.
I mean, we had some trash,
but they were well coached receivers. That's why they were a part of the New England organization.
Yeah, he didn't have to worry about it at New England.
Very teachable guys.
New England's gonna check your resume. Trust and believe there is a filter at the top of their list before it ever gets to Belichick's desk about we're thinking about getting, and they've been sifting through all of them before they got to there. That's why when your boy Aaron Hernandez got there, it had to be a documentary made about it because we're so. Why did the Patriots? That's all they kept asking. The Patriots, out of all teams, with Aaron. That was a risk. That was one you don't pass up on.
Well, knowing Robert Kraft, the things that we do know, I think it was much of a gamble for him.
Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if next year they don't suspend Robert Kraft for 11 games. You hear what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to hear nothing about Robert Kraft's say.
Man, they ain't even suspend him when they caught him in the police bus in the massage parlor.
That's what I was talking about. You feel what I'm saying? So
money caught all of them on that boat.
I'm just saying.
Hey, Robert ain't put no money up for that.
If your old 102 ass is still making the same decisions as 23-year-old players.
Isn't there a thing going around about Robert Kraft and Jerry Jones beefing or something like that?
Yeah, Jerry Jones is gonna box him up.
Yeah, what's that about? What's happened? What's that about?
I explained that last week. I actually pretty much it has something to do with the Roger Goodell contract,
right?
Because his contract's about to be up, and he had made in his last year he made $128 million, which is that's the highest paid commissioner. I think I don't even think anybody in MLB or even NBA made that much. But they was talking about, and then Jerry Jones was upset with Robert Kraft because he was like, "No, he should make a decent salary, but he shouldn't make that much, and he hasn't did nothing."
Another man's pockets, though. You're the owner of the nation's football team, and you counting another nigga's pockets?
I mean, well, there's a reason why he did that. So from my research, when they sign that TV deal, that takes money. When they sign those deals, every team gets so much money, so they can get like the media rights and concessions and ticket. Everything trickles down. So the more money they bring in, the better. But the more money they dish out to like the commissioner making $128 million, that takes away from their organization. So they feel a personal attack from that. So let's say
you giving away my tax dollars, basically.
Well, pretty much. So if every team was going to get $50 million, and this nigga over here made $128 million,
now we getting 48.
You getting less bread. So they're like, "Nah, bro, you ain't brought enough in to be making that type of money. You should have brought in $10 billion. You only brought in $1 billion. We need 10."
Right.
So it was a money. It's a money play. It's a money play.
Why didn't you explain it that way last week?
I did.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. I just probably didn't follow.
But yeah, that's all it is.
Now I understand. I understand it.
And Jerry Jones got mad and he vetoed against him getting the extension. So it was 31 teams that said yay, and Jerry Jones was the only naysayer. So they were going back and forth. That's what ESPN picked up and everybody else was talking about.
Because your team is a little rocky at the moment, if his team's below you, like, yeah, let the nigga get his money. You gonna be the one like, nah, bruh. Right. I'm gonna be the sole one. Jerry Jones of all people.
Bro, he don't want to make it 128 mil, bro. He said, nah, bro. And they was talking about him, Roger Goodell getting like another 10-year deal. And he's like, hell no.
Didn't you say from last year that it was all based off of incentives as well?
Yeah, so they get a base salary, and then based on if he exceeds certain things, then he would get more.
We know that those incentives ain't reception yards or yards after carry. So what I'm getting at is if his incentives are to bring more eyes to the sport or whatever the case may be, you get that money back in the back end anyway. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gonna get it back regardless. So you really just bitching to be bitching at the very moment.
I mean, and Jerry, I guess in Jerry's situation, I mean, he'll get it. I mean, he's supposedly,
what it
the NFL's favorite team.
What it sounds like, and I'm no accountant, is it sounds like I'll get that money back in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But it won't be in the team. I'm not giving up my pocket money to provide for the team what I need to bring that 48 back up to 50.
Yeah. Or that's whatever it is. Yeah, whatever.
Like. Because
whatever
the back
dollar
end
amount
would come to the team, ticket sales, views, all that. That's coming to the team, which in turn is going into his pocket. But if the NFL allocated, for the sake of our conversation, $50 million per team, and we're taking 2 out, that means you then have to compensate the 2. You have to bring it back up to 50 if that's what you believe you need to have a successful season. And it doesn't sound like he's willing to do that.
Nah. Because the commissioner made 128. I know CEOs don't even make that much. Like, come on, man. Like,
but it is the NFL, though.
Yeah, you got
that's big. That's a brand.
You got players getting 200 and something million guaranteed out here.
All right, man. That's okay.
I mean?
There's like 5 people in the NFL making any of that type of money.
I'm just saying, but you got guys out here. Just I don't know. You know how it is. It's just like going to work.
Put it like this.
I get 30 an hour, but my boss gonna get 50, and his boss gonna get 100, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's just the chain of command.
Period.
Stamp.
I don't think he should make that much. I think he should bring more to the table first. But They said he did enough. See, they say that he did enough. But the thing is, though, if let's say if he keeps on that track where he's going, bro, the commissioner's gonna be making more than the owners break home after everything. At the rate he's going, that's why Jerry Jones is upset, bro. If he brings in more business, which he's already had with Amazon Prime, and all these other streaming services, NFL Plus, they added on all these different stuff.
Why shouldn't he?
I ain't saying why shouldn't he. I'm just saying when the owner only makes $100 and something million, maybe $200 million a season after taxes and net profit bottom line, and you got the commissioner making what you make, bro, I'll be tight too.
But I mean, at the same time, I'm wondering, bless you, I'm wondering why shouldn't he? Because I could only imagine the type of shit he has to deal with from the entire NFL. You only have to deal with it inside of your organization. And we all know you can manipulate and say what you want to come out and do what you want to inside your organization. Me as the commissioner, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Because I know y'all been keeping y'all receipts as well. You feel me? So I can't just make some shit up. You gonna check me on that. So if you dealing with all that, why shouldn't I make a little more, if not comparable to the people owning teams, if you got a multi-billion-a-year dollar industry?
Because that's a rich white man problem.
Black
folks will be arguing.
Right, that's at the end of the day, I just don't like arguing over a white man's pocket, because it's gonna be 5 times more than me and probably my generations will ever see. But at the same time, it goes on a major scale as well as a minor. Stop watching a motherfucker's pockets. You upset what you get, work harder.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the end all be all. That's it. We just in a complaining ass generation, and it's like shit. Like, yeah, motherfuckers make more than you, probably for less work. Work harder. Then maybe the harder you work, the less you have to in the long run at the back end of shit.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story. I just don't get
connections and relationships, yeah.
But let's get into these here, recap these games here, and then we gonna get into our picks and all that.
Hey, Cliff, send me the pick'ems real quick. I got a dip.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got
last
you.
Week.
Oh, interesting, right? And Logan actually stepped away. It's interesting because last week, me, Malk, and Logan all tied with 6 out of 7 correct games. Only issue is me and Logan both got 2 spreads. I got the Ravens by 3 and the Jets by 7. And Logan got the Dolphins by 6 and the Cardinals by 8. So that even makes us tie because we got the same amount. So me and Logan tied for this week on the pick'ems.
What about the other spreads? Who were the closest on the other spreads that y'all were like the ones you got, the one you got. Okay, you're saying y'all picked perfect pick'ems on 2 different games, but I'm saying on that one game that y'all both got wrong, who was closer to the correct spread?
It's funny you ask, because that's interesting as well. We both got Bears Patriots wrong, and we picked the exact same score. Pats by team.
Y'all niggas is some weird. What the how, Sway?
Yeah. And he gave his pick separate, completely separate. I didn't even put his in until after the games had gone, because I thought I won it. I saw my spreads. I saw I was right up until Monday night. I was like, oh, it's in the bag. I circled my name and everything. Then I put Logan's picks in, and I'm highlighting. I'm like, fuck, this nigga got the exact same shit as me. Down to Monday night's game, Patriots at 10. So I knew Sunday, there's no way it can't end in a tie.
I'm the one who advocates for ties.
Listen, that was a perfect tie right there.
That's insane. That's
wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I should have bet that shit. I should have put that on a parlay and play y'all spreads.
Vegas need to add the shows pick'ems to the motherfucking. Listen,
yeah, bro.
That's how you know you big shit. Vegas, like a podcast comes on and a lot of people watch it, so we gonna put odds on who wins the pick'ems this week.
Yeah, that'll be something to do. We gotta build a relationship.
Listen, speak it, believe it, achieve it, my baby. But into these recaps. Since you about to hop off, let's hop into that Ravens-Browns situation.
I watched the game.
23. Yeah, what you got?
I watched the game and I did fall asleep. But from the shit that, because, I'm a hardworking man out here.
I fall asleep.
And, yeah, I'm going to say it'd be like that.
I said Gus was back.
Yeah, he came back. 16 attempts, 66 yards, 4.1 average,
yeah, they were
2 touchdowns.
Yeah, they were running Gus hard. They were running Gus hard off the gate. I seen that. I watched the first half. They ran Gus pretty hard. Because he been out for 643 days, bro. That's a long ass time. That's some Klay Thompson.
That's almost 2 years. That's definitely some Klay Thompson shit.
Yeah, that's D Rose after
Klay
that.
Thompson was like five something.
Either way, these niggas on these 2-year long vacations.
That's tough. It's not a vacation though. Trust and believe you working.
Now you are, but you ain't playing.
Physical therapy, building up muscle, all that, you working regardless. That's still a part of you're still clocking in the kind of work you're putting in.
It's painful too.
Listen.
It's painful.
I'm recovering from shoulder surgery as we speak. I know what the fuck's going on here, and I'm not an athlete. There's no pressure for me to get back to typing up the shit that I type for my 9 to 5. They like, nigga, we need you back on the field 2 weeks. Push. We'll jab you in the lung with a needle trying to get you back on the field.
Hey, man.
Asking, what's the update on him?
On who?
Hey.
Just the injury, what's the update on the player that's hurt? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Was,
nah, they don't give a fuck
how long
about that. Unless it affects their bottom line, but that's the NFL. You knew what you signed up for. But what you got about that game exactly?
All right, so they ran Gus, they ran Justice Hill, which was good to see him doing his thing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
He had a couple nice runs.
Yeah, everybody, it was
short yardage,
love,
6 to 8 type shit.
That's all you need though.
No, great runs, but
so they were doing that. I ain't like how Mark Andrews wasn't really getting the ball though. That was a little upsetting. Yeah, he wasn't getting the ball like that.
They lined him up at halfback.
Man,
find out they're putting Mark Andrews at halfback on a 4th and 2. He got it.
Oh no, that was quarterback. It was the quarterback. He pitched the ball.
I thought they handed it off to him.
He pitched one to Lamar. He pitched one to Lamar.
Yeah, he threw. They threw a jet. They threw like a little sweep play, a strong sweep to the left, and then Lamar got busy and got like 8 yards on 4th and 2, and
I remember that. I do remember that.
Yeah, they was doing their thing, but little trick plays like that, little stuff like that. But overall, the game was good. I didn't like the margin. I felt like we should have won at least by like 10, maybe 9.
Shit, y'all almost went to OT if that kicker didn't muff the motherfucking kick. That motherfucker shanked it like a golf tee, like that. I thought he kicked it off a fucking putt holder.
And that's my point. The game should have not been that close. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, that's all I got. We got the dub, but it was sloppy. Sloppy wins.
Well, I'll tell you what. I will send you the pick'ems to your cell phone after I get off here, and then I put them in that way. So if you gotta write out who should hit them, who's hitting the showers.
Hey man, we going to the west side of town. we give it to Russell, man. Nah, we give it to Russell and we give it to Future. I heard Future was still tapping CC.
Ooh. And
Russell's out here tripping over his wife getting clapped. But Future did say, once I hit you, you're a part of my collection forever. So Yeah,
that's
man.
just some toxic shit that a motherfucker would say.
Hey, I'm just saying.
But it doesn't mean, listen, we live in a cruel world. It doesn't mean that toxic shit ain't true. Like, I feel like the Antonio Brown situation goes into it. Like, of course, you don't just believe it wholeheartedly, but I wouldn't put it past nobody. Man.
When you come to see your kid, we'll put it this way. When you go see I'll say this to Mo. When you go see your kids, and you know what I'm saying, and it's been a little while, you might smack down your BM.
Right.
You might smack her down. You might.
Right.
Who knows? Times change. Might be a little lonely one night.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with times changing.
Let me go ahead and smack her down real quick.
That's been around since the beginning of time.
Hey, once I hit you, you're part of my collection forever. Listen. Future said it. It's a fucking fact.
I'm mad you said it that quick. Like you just came to a realization after you said it already.
Hey. But yeah, it go to Russ, man. Russ and Future, man. Get whatever the fuck going on. If you fucking your wife, are y'all in an open relationship? Are you what y'all doing? Okay. We need you to throw the ball. We need you to focus on the field.
Listen, corny dick gets old when corny dick ain't making the same money it was making before. And that's also fact since the beginning of time. Fuck. Now listen, I'm only with you because you providing. If you can't hunt no motherfucking more and you ain't bringing home wild buffaloes, I can't be with you. I gotta be with Akbar over there.
I guess.
The beginning of the time, you know, that was different book.
That's some toxic ass shit, though. But yeah, Russell and Future, man, get that shit together, man. Denver, man, we need you to ball out.
That's a good hit-ems.
Oh, yeah, that's a good hit-ems. I'll get y'all on the flip, man.
Yeah, of course. You too, my G.
Yes,
all
right.
Peace.
What I missed, boys?
You missed the pick'ems. Well, the pick'ems recap, not this week's pick'ems.
Okay.
Me and you tied exactly.
No shit.
Me, you, and Malcolm tied with 6 games right out of 7. But me and you both had 2 spreads absolutely correct.
Yeah.
You had Dolphins 6, Cardinals 8. I had Ravens 3, Jets 7. Now, the interesting thing is the Monday night game was the tiebreaker, the Patriots game. We both picked the same score, Pats by 10. So it was like there was no way to break that tie whatsoever. Yeah. So me and you got the tie this week. But other than that, it was just less talking about that Ravens-Browns game, unless you got anything of note you would like to provide. My only thing is that ugly-ass field goal. Coach Mike in the building, and the camera was correct.
No, it wasn't. You missed me turn it on and then turn it back
off. Well, you honest. I appreciate it.
What's up, Coach Mike?
What up, Mike?
Listen, how about that season's wrapped up?
Fuck me.
You happy or you upset you ain't get more? You didn't eat enough.
This was a team that had every potential to be like 8-2, and we finished 4-6. And the last 2 games ended in heartbreak.
Right.
They were both 1-point losses, one of which was in double overtime. And if we win those 2 games, we're still playing right now.
Right.
Or even if we win one of them, we're still playing right now. So.
Lessons learned.
Hey, man.
Sometimes these are the most important lessons. The losses fuel you a lot more than the victories do.
Oh, no doubt. And, you know, it sucks that they were both that close, though.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and to be frank, the final game decided by the officials. They called so Andre Jackson, running back for us, phenomenal athlete. It is something else. He'll play on Saturdays.
Is he a freshman? Is he
he's a junior this year.
Okay, Andre Jackson.
Yep. So you'll see him next year. Hopefully still out for us and not Reynoldsburg or something like that.
Right.
Dude is at the bottom of a pile, literally kind of flipped over backwards. The ball pops out late in the pile, and they give him the ball after the whistle is already.
They called it a fumble.
They called it a fumble.
Wow.
Like, it's not even close. Like, I saw it on film. Not only do you see his knee go down on film, you see him get bent over backwards after the knee is down, then the ball come out.
Right.
And they gave it to them.
Wow.
And that was in the first overtime after we had stopped them on defense.
Was you outside at 270?
Mm-mm. We were at home.
Oh, shit.
Which makes it even worse.
Right.
So it was a little bit of a rough end of the season. I mean, like I said, this was a crew that week one I would have said could have been one of the better defenses we'd ever had. We just attitude wasn't there, man, and that's what it came down to. It had nothing to do with talent, had nothing to do with coaching. As much as they tried to blame it early in the season, like it literally just came down to the teams we played wanted it more than we did.
Right. That's tough.
Now that being said, I've got a defensive lineman who's probably going to be All-State and will be playing on Saturdays. So he had a great season. He probably finished with 12 sacks, something like that.
That's what's up. On the season?
Yeah.
Shit, on a 10-game season, that's what's up.
On a 10-game season where we were 4-6.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hey, Mike, just as a guy that doesn't know, where are you coaching out of? Where are you playing out of?
So Columbus, Ohio, but
yep,
Columbus. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to indulge any further,
I'll give it because I think I've talked about it on here before. Like I coach for Whitehall, so it's a kind of a suburb of Columbus.
It's an inner city
suburb. Right.
It's one of those suburbs that's surrounded by Columbus, so it's not exactly a suburb.
Right.
I got you.
But they keep it clean enough.
A place you'd be afraid to go to.
Oh no, I still won't drive through it because I know what goes on. But I'm cool.
Nah,
I'll go around. It's only, like I said, it's in the middle, so I can go around it and lose 2-3 minutes off my drive.
Don't get lost over there, Logan. That's what they're trying to tell you.
Nah, we gonna keep him A1. Well, they wouldn't worry about him. He'd be able to ride through.
Malcolm probably crash over there.
No, they wouldn't worry about Malk either, because Malk is the product of a lot of Whitehall relationships.
Hell no.
I'm just playing. My nigga ain't mixed for everybody out there.
But to that point, I think we have 6 white kids on the team.
Dang.
It's an inner city suburb.
Yeah, it really is. What's interesting is, because I've coached at, a preparatory school, I've coached at a true inner city school, and I've coached here. It's in between. It's in the middle of those 3 environments.
Right.
It's weird. The kids have an edge to them. And I'm going to say this, and there are going to be some people that are upset, but they soft.
Right.
So they kind of act like they're hard, but it's a lot of talk. Now, there's a couple that are, don't get me wrong. We have this dude, outside linebacker for us, Kylan Haley. Another kid that will probably be All-State. It'll probably be him and Ralph that end up being All-State. But they are so entitled, which is weird being in a socioeconomic climate like that. They feel entitled despite the fact that, I don't know, Whitehall is one of those smaller communities that feels like it is.
You don't even have to drive them outside. You can walk them to the edge and be like, "Do you see this?
Right.
You'll be here. Work.
Walk them to James and say, that side of the street, bruh."
Right. But let's get back to it. Where we at? The Jets Broncos? Yeah, because I said I wish Callie was still here.
Yeah.
Are you guys already in the pick'ems?
No, not yet.
Last week.
Yeah, no, not. We still recapping.
Yeah,
we just did
the week off after.
We did the news first instead of recap, then the news. But Like I said before, Zach Wilson, another game, 61.5%, 121, no touchdowns, no interceptions, 72.8 QBR.
Blase.
Even after week 4, because I know you weren't on last week and I was dropping stats. Even after week 4, Joe Flacco still leads him by 4 touchdowns.
Damn. I did not know that.
In the first 3 weeks Flacco played, he threw for 5 touchdowns. Wilson has still, after 4 weeks, only had 1 throwing touchdown.
Damn.
But how
If
many
it get
games
last-
did they win?
You said
But
what, Mike? Coach Mike?
Said, but how many games did they win?
That's true, but like I said last week as well, if you let Flacco play, where he doesn't have to throw an average of 60 passes a game, with this defense they currently have and this running game they currently have, you might have a completely different outcome.
Well,
We'll see how good their running game is in a couple of weeks.
Say,
right now.
Yeah.
The running game they currently have has changed.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean it's not gonna,
Yeah,
progress.
running back, all you gotta do is tell me what hole to hit. Now the only thing is the blocking game. He's might miss a few, blocks because I don't know that. Whenever I had a play, I didn't care what anybody else was doing. And that may be a sign of age as well. But as long as I knew where my lineman was supposed to be and what hole I was supposed to hit, that's all I need to know.
Did you play run back, Cliff?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't play back. I played corner and wide receiver, but
I played corner and running back and strong safety.
I played strong safety for rare occasion.
That was my favorite position, to be honest, strong safety.
You
got to be in the mix, got to be in the shit.
DB linebacker combo.
Right. I loved it. I could go for a pick, even though that wasn't my style. Or I could go in after some shit.
Fill that alley.
Listen, I love strong safety. That was my favorite position. But Breece Hall, even before he got hurt, 4 attempts, 72 yards. 4 attempts,
He's averaging something like 6 yards a carry, too.
He had a 62-yard touchdown. That was the play he got hurt on.
That was his long.
Yeah.
Man, they gonna miss him.
Yeah, it's a damn shame he tore his ACL. Damn shame. He was a promising running back in the league. Young running back anyway.
Right.
There's not a ton of them.
And he was catching fire because of the team he was on.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right.
They were like, who the fuck is this guy on the Jets?
Yeah.
And then it's almost like a Derrick Rose situation.
Oh, that's a very good comparison.
Because I think timeline-wise, it's similar from an NFL running back's perspective to an NBA point guard that was doing what he was doing's perspective. I feel like even though Derrick Rose rocked for a little longer, it's still a similar situation. We can only hope he comes back with enough to, still have something.
Yeah, he'll come back better.
That's the thing about him too. He was
CT.
For sure.
There's 2 possibilities. Either you decline, and I'm not even talking about from a stat perspective. I'm talking about from the physical perspective. Or you do get stronger and make some shit happen.
Yeah, they normally when you rehab, they definitely get them right on the surgery and stuff now. I feel like so.
But yeah, I mean, you know what? That's interesting as well. The medical science increasing. You don't know what to expect at the moment.
And then he's young, so if he's as tough as, you see him running the ball, I don't see a problem with him healing up and getting back at it, man.
Right.
They got a gym. The Jets got a gym, and he know it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, sure.
You know?
That's for sure.
Dr. James Andrews is still out there patching up knees and elbows.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Now listen.
Big time
that.
wrestling.
Fuck that. I'm sure there's a guy in. Well, I can't say that. I'm sure there's a guy in one of these European countries right now with stem cells and all kinds of shit that motherfuckers go to in the off season that they have saved under Papa John's or whatever the code word is because they don't need nobody knowing his phone number.
Yeah, they spend like 1.2.
Come on. And if you're smart, you're doing it.
No doubt, because you're protecting your own investment.
If you're smart, you're doing it. That's all I got. But
like Les was talking about the other day on like LeBron spending like over $1 million on his body
per
alone.
year, 1.3 annually.
Yeah, just on his body. Like that's a smart investment. If you're trying to take your career into your later years anyway. Like if you're not trying to do that, then obviously don't spend that money. But obviously, you know, if you're trying to have a 20+ year career, you're gonna have to spend money on your body and your health.
Absolutely.
Sure. But from a
standpoint, I guarantee you, Tom does too.
Oh no, you know that. This nigga been eating avocado ice cream and shit and all kinds of, like, come on now. But from a standpoint of us talking about Derrick Rose and Breece Hall, it almost feels like you should do it now.
Yeah.
Like once you get to that financial level of where you have a little extra to toss around, instead of buying your chains or your crazy cars, put your mom in a house and then invest in a plane ticket to go get stem cells injected after in your off seasons. I bet that provides some sort of longevity. I mean, it's been proven.
Yeah. Hell yeah, it has. Especially in a as physical of a sport as football.
Right.
Like, it's one thing to do it as LeBron James in the NBA, but when you have as physical of a sport as football, you have to be investing money into your, like I said, your annual health.
Right.
Not even
overdose on stem cells. I'm like, Doc, something feels funny in my back. What's going on? He be like, I just got you together last month, my G. Doc, I'm telling you, I got the money right now. Can you get me right?
Yeah.
I mean, the big thing there is not coming back to her. Like, making sure you go through rehab. It's making sure that rehab is important. And not trying to push it too fast, too early.
Listen, I'm learning that as well. I've learned it before, but I'm hard-headed. Skipping
steps
fucks you up.
It does, and on top of that, you know, you want to use Derrick Rose as the example. How many times has he blown it out?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like,
good point to make.
Sometimes your body's just not made for it long term.
Yeah.
Right.
Possible.
100%.
And if you're gonna do shit like that, and if you are that kind of body type, like, you got to do what you can to protect it on the field too. If that means wearing a brace, wear your fucking brace. Yeah. Same conversation I have with kids all the time. If you know you've got ankle issues, you know you got knee issues, ain't nothing wrong with wearing a brace. Fine, it doesn't look as cool. I don't care, man.
Right.
But no, it's not even about that. Sometimes you just feel freer without it.
And I get it, but you know what that freedom gets you?
Yeah, you're right.
Blowing out a fucking ACL.
You're right. You are right. But I know the feeling of, I need to just get out of this. And it does. I mean, you feel better when you play until something else happens.
Or you get to the point where it just doesn't bother you anymore. I will tell you, it's funny, I was hiking with somebody this weekend, and we were out down in Hockin Hills, and I hit this fucking root, and my ankle went. I just kept walking. This person looked at me like, how are you not on the ground? I'm like, I don't have ligaments left in my ankles.
Your weird ass ankles over and over. Your ankles are weird in the first place. Let's point that out.
Nah, but I've sprained them so many times, like, it just doesn't affect me anymore. I don't have a lot of stability in them, but guess what? it doesn't hurt either. So it's either a superpower or a curse. I'm not sure which.
Listen, I didn't see you roll that motherfucker over. But it would only be right for us to especially before Mike Brown cuts it out, to hit these Raiders. How you feel about them, OG?
Oh man, I think we still got a chance. Okay, I'm gonna come like that. We ain't 6-0, but I think we still have a chance. Just Derek needs to get it together, and him and Devontae need to go back to their college days again and make it happen.
You asking Derrick Rose to go back to his young angles.
He want a time machine.
Right, I don't think that works. But I will agree with you that it's not necessarily as bad as it looks at the moment.
Well, and it's not, because their schedule for like the next 6 weeks is
right.
Like they should be able to get to 500 and above 500 pretty easily over the next.
And everything's mixed up. You know what I mean? Like the leading teams aren't the teams you would expect in the first place. So that means there's going to be some time for you to hawk motherfuckers down.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if the Raiders are necessarily capable, but it's not as bad as it looks. I will agree with you there.
You don't play.
It is, but it isn't.
I want to say you don't play a team I would consider a threat again until December.
Next week could have been.
I don't know. I kind of give Seattle a shot.
Do you? All right.
Yeah.
All right. I was going back and forth with Seattle. I'll give you.
Depends on what
But like that's the only one.
Right.
That depends on.
It depends on what. It depends on what Raiders show up.
Right, that's true too.
It ain't about Seattle. You know what Geno gonna do?
Geno Smith is gonna have to be on one.
If he's still in one piece by then.
That is true. That is true.
No, he has been the past couple weeks.
Yeah, he has been looking pretty good.
But none of y'all picked him up in fantasy football, so how good is he really looking?
Why would anybody pick Geno Smith up in fantasy football?
Right,
I'll tell you exactly why.
He's a Nick Foles.
Now, this is the fantasy football expert here. Let me hear you, Logan. Why would somebody pick Geno Smith up?
I ain't the fantasy football expert, but I do know that in fantasy, Geno Smith is about the 7th ranked quarterback right now.
Yeah.
And that's strictly based off of
he gets points both ways.
Yeah,
he's a bisexual fantasy football. Like Lamar Jackson. That nigga's a bisexual fantasy football hoe. You hear me? He gets around both ways.
Called him a hoe.
Passing and running, he gets around. This might be like we talking about potential MVPs. He might be able to. Now, I know your face. Josh Allen's up there, but Lamar Jackson, though, it's almost the opposite, right?
Head to head, Lamar lost. Case over.
Listen. Let me give my my intelligence or something. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about there, so I lost early. But it's a Romeo and Juliet situation where Josh Allen is with the what's-the-names, the ones that came from the money. He got a squad around him.
It's the Montagues.
Yeah, that's what I didn't know the name. And what is it? A Capulet. I knew that. Listen, that's Lamar. You feel what I'm saying? Lamar's making it happen coming from nothing. He doesn't have nothing that he can really do.
Might have that flip. The Capulets may have been the rich one. Somehow I feel like the girl was the rich one.
Yeah, the girl was the rich one.
All right, so flip that. But okay. I got your analogy.
But you feel what I'm saying? So they didn't listen. That's a love connection right there. And I'm not talking about between.
Hello.
Let me stop though.
Why did that make me think of the Belichick Brady commercial from last year?
What Belichick Brady?
With Adele's hello.
Oh, right. Promo shit they shot. That shit crazy. But yeah, let me stop. I don't even know what point I was making, but
you were trying to make a point for Lamar being up there with Josh, and it's okay. You're wrong.
No, and what?
Whoa. He said you're wrong.
Right
it's
now
okay.
with Baltimore is impressive. Is it not?
No, it's impressive. It's impressive. Yes, it is.
I feel like if you were to switch the two, it would be a non-comparison. As much as I like Josh Allen, he's still my.
No, here's the thing, though. If Josh Allen were in Baltimore, he'd be doing the exact same thing as Lamar, which is running the ball more.
Right.
He has not had to run the ball as much this season, and when he does, he flies like fucking Spider-Man over motherfuckers.
They just listen. White man can jump.
That fullback can fly, man.
He's done it at least 3 times now. Clean hurdles over motherfuckers. Now it doesn't always look the most graceful. By no means. I think he's yet to hit one that I was like, ooh, shit.
I mean, this most recent one
say it on all of
City looked pretty good. There was the second one last year. He did not clear the dude, but he landed on his feet.
He does like a varsity, like the cheerleaders do when he jumps over people. It's not like a hurdle with 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. He's like spreading his legs.
But he makes it work.
He does with his big ass.
Why are you Spider-Man?
But I did want to point out, listen, let's put it to the chat. Josh Jacobs, 20 attempts. 143 yards, 7.2 average, 3 touchdowns, 3 receptions.
Yep.
He will
run them more.
You got to. I feel like if the Raiders are smart, which I know historically they are not, there's no way you could continue the we'll go with Zamir White comparison.
Oh.
Because if you give up Josh Jacobs to another team, I said it on the last 2 podcasts, that is going to be another Khalil Mack situation. Barring injury, if they give Josh Jacobs up, he's going to go crazy on whatever other team you give him up to, just like he has been. And we're going to be questioning the organization as a whole once again. You don't agree? You don't agree, Mike? I don't know what face that was. You don't agree with that? Oh, okay.
No, my back. My back, I got.
That's what happens when you're almost 60.
Well,
let that nigga know he gonna be there one day.
You gonna be,
or he's not,
or right? Listen, you know what I'm saying? One of the two will be true.
Yeah.
Oh, he been having career weeks.
But how you feel? You think we should rock with? I feel like Raiders going with Zamir White is a way for them to save cash.
I think
we have a comparable running back. We don't have to pay as much. Josh Allen's up for money this year. Let's let him go and go with the comparable, the quote unquote, I will say for my audio listeners, comparable quarterback. He hadn't proved shit to me. Meanwhile, this man proved everything every year he been there. I don't know what to say.
So what do you think? So what you're saying? You think they should keep Josh Jacobs
for sure, and let Zamir rock behind him, because we know what we know as well historically is that you can't get it done with a single quarterback. He'll go out that year. Running back. Thank you.
Right.
Can't.
I mean, I think the best teams have some sort of dual running back situation. You got to be able to run the ball, and you can't go down. You can't eliminate your run game because of one person.
That was a hard shoulder shrug, and that kind of hurt.
Who's getting old? Wait a minute.
Listen, I'm still going through my PT as we speak. Fuck. But oh yeah, the running back situation. Yeah, just keep him, let him learn a little bit, but you're gonna have to pay somebody, and it can't be Carr.
Right.
Josh Jacobs just rushed for 143. Then he went for 154. And then he went for 142. So, yeah, they better sign that boy back. Like
143 was the last game.
Josh Jacobs is their offense right now.
Don't short that boy no yard. That's a first down right there.
That's a first. And he come with touchdowns behind him too. So
right.
Yeah,
you can't give him up. You can't give him up. It'd be dumb to.
His record, they said that 154, I think, was like a record he had. That's the best he's ever did. So
yeah, he had 3 last week, 3 touchdowns.
3.
And I tell you what. Last 2 games between y'all. Nah, CT, you gotta get your licks out first. Bears, Patriots. 33-14.
The crowd, we was at home. They was booing.
Oh, they were booing me.
I felt bad for Mac Jones. They was yelling Zappy.
And it's crazy, right? Do you think, and this is my question behind all of it, because what I recognized by the game, well, I won't say recognize, but my only conclusion to watching what I watched was how much of this is on Belichick, right? Because we had that conversation last week. What does he do? Does he pull Zappy? You said for sure he plays Mac Jones. And for sure he played him.
Yeah.
And I feel like the issue wasn't Mac Jones's interception. The issue was the 13 yards after the quarter and a half. You weren't moving the ball, G. So why would you pull Zappy? Maybe Zappy doesn't get that extra interception this week if he had the flow of his game from Q1 to Q4.
Especially, he probably won't get enough reps this week either. You know what I'm saying? In practice, they was going with Mac, you know what I'm saying? And they look like they said they're going with Mac again this week, so.
And I don't think you give up on Mac, but like I said, man, you better watch out, man. Zappy showed you something.
And our offense looked like trash after Zappy scored that last one. Like I said, defense wasn't doing nothing. Justin Fields was making us look bad. So
he was too. You had a sack on him. I don't even remember the quarter it was. I know it was after, it was in the second half. You had a sack on him that he turned into like a 17-yard first down to the sideline. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I was like, he down.
He rushed it in on the half. He scored a touchdown in the first half. I was like, yeah, he's hard to stop for real. Like,
he is dynamic. I will say that. He is dynamic. I just don't know if his arm matches his athleticism.
And I don't know if the Patriots we don't got enough weapons at the wide out spots.
You said what, Coach Mike?
Oh, I just said he doesn't. He doesn't have an arm.
You agree, and I think Logan, you said
State quarterback.
You agree as well.
I was agreeing with CT where he said they don't have strong wideout positions. Patriots.
Yeah, for the Bears.
Or is that who you?
I was talking about the Patriots.
Yeah, I was talking about the Patriots too. I don't think.
You don't think they have strong wideout positions?
No.
What's his name? Myers had that beautiful catch for that touchdown. Now, come on. All of Zappy's throws were high and outside. That whole game, high and outside. And everybody was pulling them down. You can't blame the wideouts on that. Because they had catches that if they would have missed, I wouldn't have been mad at them.
I'm not saying you necessarily blame the wideouts, but I'm saying that as a Patriots team, when you're looking at the wideout position, you don't have anybody that's leading that position.
You don't have anybody of name, of merit. But at the same time, what's the Patriots known for? Patriots are known for, y'all can have the diva wide receivers. We'll take the ones that we know can get it done and don't have an ego about themselves. That's what they're known for. Now, with that, of course they're going to get it wrong sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you don't believe in the diva wide receiver, then it makes perfect sense that you have the wideouts you have. Because I don't put them at no like C-level wideouts. They just don't have experience.
I don't blame the receivers.
Yeah, that's
I'm not blaming these receivers at all. You got Devontae Parker and Jacoby Myers.
Mm-hmm.
Them ain't no scrubs, man.
And
these ain't no scrubs. They catching bad balls.
They had the same catch. The catch looked the same both times. Am I lying, CT? That one, Jacoby Myers jumped up for. He jumped up and turned to the point he fell on his stomach, catching it. It had to dive into the end zone. The one to what's the name? What's the other dude? Parker.
Devontae.
That was the same way on the sideline. He had to toe tap to get that in because it was high and outside again. Like they were out there working from what I saw.
they got some dogs.
But they don't get enough of those. Like where's enough of that? It's like I'm saying, like you can't depend on.
I feel like the only reason you got those this time was because of the quarterback switch. You feel what I'm saying? They were used to a Mac Jones and then you switched it up. So they knew the ball wasn't going to be where I thought it was at the beginning of the game. It's a new quarterback. Now I got to just play off of what I know. And they were snatching it from what I saw.
I don't think.
But I also didn't watch the whole game through as well.
I don't think those receivers are going to do any really. I mean, those type of receivers are not going to do any better or worse with a guy like Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi. But at the same time, Bailey Zappi lead a
Bailey Bappy. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead. I'm playing.
He'll lead a decent touchdown drive. I'm not saying that Mac Jones don't, but Mac Jones is half-ass injured at the same time.
Right.
Like he can get in there and make snaps, but at the same time, if you got a guy like Zappi that can get in there and not only make snaps, but he'll play the whole game and get a dub.
Listen, this is Any Given Sunday, and Belichick is Al motherfucking Pacino. Zappi better use this opportunity to be Jamie Foxx is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you completely. I think this is a good chance for Zappi to make a starting quarterback position argument for sure.
Or it could be another Gardner Minshew situation when Justin Hurts went out and or Jalen Hurts went out and Minshew came in looking hot as fuck for the first two.
Everybody was hot. They were hot as shit on Gardner Minshew. They were hot on.
I still like him. I would take him over Carr.
Oh, hell.
What?
I said it last year. I would take him over Carr.
That's fried.
You take Gardner Minshew over
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr.
Yes,
that's a tough.
Well, I mean, what made you say that?
Because Gardner Minshew proved to me that he has fight. I'll fight for a win if I have to. Carr has never shown me fight in the 7 years he's been there.
What do you mean by fight? He makes other people around him play.
He got to the wild card last year. That was a lot of fight.
In 7 years, well, that was 6 at the time. In 6 years, he got to a wild card spot, and they're talking about this is a potential one of the best quarterbacks because of his yards that he gets. That's like Russell Westbrook because he scores points but never wins.
Sounds like Dan Marino.
But Dan Marino at least made it to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Carr ain't made it to no Super Bowl.
Yeah. He got time.
Man, that nigga ain't got no motherfucking time.
Who's that?
The Sandman's on his ass as we speak. Carr ain't got no time.
Carr better learn how to be the new Ryan Fitzpatrick.
There we go.
He gonna be out of a job.
There we go.
He gonna be out of a job.
There we go. You just said it right there. You just said it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Carr's not it.
Right.
But
what about them Steelers Dolphins?
Yeah, that was the last one on the list, and we on the pick'ems.
Hey, my boy is back.
He back. He's still taking chances.
Didn't look too good.
Hey, you know what he said out of his mouth?
Right.
I heard.
For me, it's football.
Right.
I can see the first down in instances and want to do all that I can to get it.
Right. But
that's
run.
After he,
but
that,
run.
Hey, look. Nah, he ran. That was
a few times, but be safe. There were a lot of plays. He threw it when it was like, nigga, you could have just ran and slid.
No, that was in reference to him running the ball.
Oh, okay.
And going head first and throwing that shoulder.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You need to remember he's not built like Josh. Not everybody can do that.
Oh,
no.
You and your motherfucking big.
Hey, he's right, but I like it.
Right.
Like I talked to you the other day, Cliff. I told you he's a grown man now. He's playing a grown man's game. And if that's your decision, that's a business decision. But guess what?
You're a warrior. Absolutely.
He's choosing it. So I play for my team. I keep you all as long as you're healthy, play for my team.
No, I do respect a motherfucker like that.
You know what I mean?
I put it whatever on the line.
Yeah.
What you got, Logan? You tapping your fingers.
Yeah, Logan,
yeah. What you got? He's steepling like Trump over there, ready to say something. What you got?
Greatest.
The only thing I didn't like about the Dolphins game, and I was talking to Malcolm about it before we got on the pregame podcast, but as soon as the Steelers took away the middle of the field on defense, it was a punt show. It was a punch show, dude.
Yeah, well, and no point scored in the second half.
Yeah. I mean, and I hated it that they didn't kick the field goal on 4th and 3, and just to put it up 19 to 10. I mean, that would have made a huge difference. Going into the last play on the game at 16 to 10. Is a horrible position to be in.
No, you're right.
So,
I didn't see that play.
Hey, that just shows the confidence that Mike McDaniel has on the defensive side of the ball.
Man, that nigga roulette. That nigga gambling weekly. Man. Are you telling me he's not gambling?
Man. Kenny Pickett, once again, 3 interceptions. Why are we worried?
Listen, let me tell you something about Kenny
You know what I mean?
Let me tell you something about Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett right now, as it stands and 4 weeks in, has 2 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He is currently standing at number 2 in 2022 interceptions thrown, behind none other than Matthew Stafford. Well, no, he's actually at number 2. Let me stop. He's at number 2 with 8, but Matt Ryan is at number 1 with 9.
Yeah, look at him now.
Yeah, look where he's at.
Wentz ended with 9, though. Yeah, Q, you lean back because that's different. Because we had a conversation before we started. I said Wentz is not as bad as you say, and Malk was the one that said Matt Ryan couldn't come in and do worse. He's done worse than the season that Wentz did last year in his first 4 weeks playing. Because he hadn't played all 7.
But I honestly end result. So at the end of the day,
same end result. I get it. That touche.
You ain't winning.
Touche.
I think Matt Ryan's been overrated for a little while.
Okay, Cliff, I got
you. He was overrated in the Atlanta Super Bowl against the Patriots.
Oh yeah.
Matt Ryan's a broken man.
That was similar to a Flacco situation. I say even Flacco had a little more juice in him by the time he hit his Super Bowl against Newton than Brady and Ryan.
Because Joe Flacco was leading the league in yards in like week 2 or week 3 or something like that.
That's why I said Jets would be dangerous if they put him in the way they're playing currently. But what was you about to say, Q?
No, I was going to say, so you don't think Jonathan Taylor, having the bad rushing season he's having has a lot to do with him throwing the ball more. Carson Wentz didn't have to do that because Taylor had a awesome season.
No, he did.
For sure.
He did. Didn't he lead the league last year?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. And this year is terrible.
But it's no, you can't really use that argument.
You did.
I was about to say it's also week 8. Like, give him a little bit of time. He can pick up in the last 10 weeks of the season.
He was giving Carson Wentz handing the ball off.
You said what, CT?
He was giving Carson Wentz props for handing the ball
No,
off.
he was still throwing. He wasn't at the bottom of the pack. I think he was top 10 if I remember, because I got the stats.
He was.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be top 10 too if my running back is liable to get 200 rushing yards.
This is somebody that has been shitted on. Mind you, he came from Philly. If anybody can shit on you more than Philly can, I don't think the Jets or the Giants take it as much as Philly does.
Yeah, Philly's gonna be real hard on you.
Yeah, they tough. That's tough sports. Yeah.
And I feel like the fact that Philly's so good at shit talking, you know what I'm saying? And don't get me
making
wrong,
cheesesteaks. That's what they're known for. That's what they're known for, making Geno's cheesesteaks.
He said Geno's.
Geno.
For any Philly fans out there, I'm not saying this as an insult because I actually kind of admire it. But to be hard on a player, a Philly squad is kind of like being black playing for Boston.
Yeah, Philly, they got some kind of blind realism. Like it's not even realism. Like it's just like they got their blinders on. Right?
I like it. I won't say I like certain things I like a lot of Philly personalities.
Yeah, that's what you want out of a fan base, though. Honestly, like blinders on, keep your eyes on the target, just like the team.
Right.
Like it's gonna work out or it isn't, and you're honestly still probably gonna follow us.
But I feel like that stigma left Philly to everywhere Carson went. To the point that when he got traded to Washington, the Washington Reporter, who has since lost his job, was saying, nobody here wanted you. Yeah. Nobody here expected you to do anything. What do you plan on doing? Yeah. I was watching the interview like, oh my fucking gosh. That's an NFL player and you just talking to him like that's a nigga in your classroom.
Yeah.
And even the professor.
The fucking Washington's head coach. They're like, what do you think's going wrong with your team? And they're like, the quarterback.
And that's what I'm saying. Any 90s quarterback would have smacked the motherfucker in their face. Like what? Like
to be that straight up about it. That's not Prince Harry's style. That's not what.
Well, that Dan Snyder's got a lot going on too behind the scenes. So that could be affecting everything down the line.
That's why he drafted Wentz. He drafted Carson Wentz so he could be PR and a quarterback. I need you to be the cleanest guy you can be because I'm fucking up right now, but still run my offense. Right. Man, that's insane. This world we live in. But shit, I mean, only thing I will say other than that is your boy Tua almost got Mostert killed on that touchdown attempt.
Yeah, he did.
That 36 or whatever it was. I was like, oh shit.
Mostert made it. Hey, Mostert was on point though.
He was.
He was on point. He knew what that dude was.
Man, I was like, damn, he set him up.
Are you talking about the goalpost?
No, not the goalpost. It was right at the front. It was in between the hashes and everything, right at the front of the end zone.
Yeah.
He threw him like I don't know if it was a slant or like a leak out. I think
It was
like a
it was
leak
off.
out.
Yeah, it was off in the
And
flat.
the linebacker came up right as man.
Hey, but in Tua's defense, boy, he had that D lineman on his ass now.
No,
he was
matter of
reaching and
fact,
grabbing and he was scooting and everything.
You
Yeah.
right. And on Tua's defense, Coach Michael, let me tell you, Josh Allen was setting his receivers up all fucking day last week.
Hey, they were off last week. What are you talking
No, when you weren't on the show. Not this past week. Last week.
2 weeks ago.
Man, he was
all I saw were
setting them
touchdowns,
up.
man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you saw him, but I'm thinking both your wide receivers just came back from injury, and he's not trying to assist them through any of this shit.
Did tee up by Isaiah at least.
Listen, that's all I got to say. But
Hey.
my only question, because I didn't see the end of the game and I watched the highlights, the interception by Noah Ngagwin. What is it?
Igbenogamy.
That has like, it sounds, I think you're right, but it sounds like it has like a Caucasian accent to it. So
not African anymore.
Right. So it may have a couple of syllables. But did they give him that pick?
Yeah, it was a touchback.
They did give him that pick. Okay. Yeah. I was about to fucking say, if they ended that game and did not give that boy that pick, rigged.
No.
So shit's rigged.
The thing on that play was Mike McDaniels was nervous because he thought that he was called out at the half-yard line.
That's right.
So now, even though it's the end of the game,
he would have to,
but Tua would have to quarterback sneak it.
Yep, because you can't take a knee in that situation.
And you can't hand it off to the running back either.
It almost seemed like it was, though.
That's where you run. That's where you run the
out
old
at the half-yard line. Like, he wasn't in the end zone, but he wasn't, like, his feet tapped outside of the end zone. Like, it didn't look like. But did the ball break the plane? Is the question. What was you about to say?
I was going to ask how much time was left on the clock.
Man, when that
seconds,
happened,
wasn't it? No, it was a minute and something left.
It was enough to where we had to at least run one running play to kind of milk a little bit.
All right, so it wasn't quite like automatic safety situation.
No.
In the end zone to run out.
No, you couldn't do that. No.
Okay.
You would have had to get some room and and you can't throw the ball.
Listen, you better put Mark Andrews back there and have him push forward like the Ravens. I've never seen. I've seen him. I could have swore, and I'm sure I'm wrong, but I could have swore they handed the ball off to that man.
I can't believe we didn't get less in on this.
That sneak, I thought.
He said it. That's what he said as well. See what CT said. He said it was a quarterback sneak. But I am willing to bet my life savings of $27.65 that they handed the ball off to that man.
You talking about last week?
Yeah.
No, he didn't register. He didn't register for a rush last week.
Tossed it to Lamar.
He got it 2 yard, whether it was a sneak or a rush, but I could have sworn they handed it off to him. And you may be right, CT. I could have been, sleepy. I watch a lot of games very sleepy. I end up sitting up and then I lay on my side and I'm out for.
Oh, it's easy. It's easy.
So I don't know. I could have been, but I could have swore they handed the ball off to him. I thought they even said something because I think they said it was the second time him rushing the ball. But I guess that could be a sneak.
They line up in that position where he's at quarterback, and
that could be a sneak as well. Yeah.
You know what? He did have a rush for 40 yards.
That was the 4th and 2.
So you weren't sleeping that hard.
It was a sneak.
But that's what I'm saying. I guess if it was a sneak or a handoff, it wouldn't define that. It would still be rushing yards. So I'm gonna have to rewatch. Because I'm sure it's in the highlights. But let's get to these pick'ems.
Let's get it.
And we
Let's
out
get
of here. Let me see. Okay, so first game, Ravens Bucks.
I'm taking Ravens by 14.
Ravens 14.
Ravens by 7.
Mark said Ravens 7.
Oh, that's not what you put in the chat. I was looking at mine.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, that's Mike's. Hold on. I put Ravens by 14. Okay, I didn't know that Mike put his in there.
Copy.
Listen, I can't look at it, so.
Ravens by 7.
Yeah, Mouse
Ravens 7.
Mouse just doing whatever I'm doing.
I had mine in,
right.
I had mine in there almost an hour ago, buddy.
Okay, big boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck
God.
I'm going Ravens 6. I was going to say 3, but I'll give them 6.
I already feel bad about me saying 14 just because Malcolm picked 14.
Well, like you said.
No, it's the same as the picks. That ain't happened. That happened organically. It ain't like he heard it. So that rocks.
I'm just talking shit, Malcolm.
Right.
I don't know. I'm rolling with the Bucks, man.
You think the Bucks gonna pull it off?
Yeah, they're gonna pull it out by 6.
Ooh, okay, Bucks 6.
Go on.
I think it's gonna be another dysfunctional Brady situation.
I don't know. I think they got. I think Lamar had a bad game last week. He had a real bad game last week.
He did a little bit rushing.
Yeah, his QBR sucked.
You got Deshaun Jackson though.
QBR did suck.
Under 50, it was like 40 something.
Yeah.
Was it?
Barely over 100 yards passing.
Yeah. Yeah. Lamar's QBR was horrible.
120.
Yeah.
Compared to what it normally is anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you're human. You know, you're gonna have a bad game, but
the Bucks defense, I guess, is a Ty Bowles thing, but he's pretty good about keeping you down when you're down. So I'm gonna trust that this week.
I got 80.2 on the QBR for Lamar Jackson last week. Jacoby Brissett actually threw a 106.5. That sound like the old. No, it was 106.4, wasn't it, Mike? The old R&B station back in I think it was 106.3.
106.3.
Yeah, I'm off. But he also threw 81.5%. Lamar only threw 56.3%.
But it's all dependent on that matchup too. And I mean, even if you look at the stats, that matchup is going to be hit or miss.
Mm-hmm. Baltimore would need a little bit more out of their running game. In my eyes.
My whole thing is I don't think that Brady and the Bucks have the firepower to be able to score at will anymore. Yeah, or at least at the moment. I don't know if that changes throughout the season, but at the moment you don't have the firepower to be able to keep up. So if you have somebody dynamic as Lamar that can get the lead early, you're not going to get it back.
Yeah, but the Ravens been walking that tightrope all season.
They have
so far, and
they have.
That's just like with the Dolphins. I mean, Brady's a whole lot better than Tua. I'm just saying.
Right.
Just saying.
Who you got, CT?
Ravens by 17.
Ooh, shit, he's coming.
Ooh, he said 17.
Okay. So y'all seen what the Panthers did to the Bucks.
Right.
That's a good take. That's a good take.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
They didn't even score a touchdown. It was 3 points.
Oh,
yep. That's a good take.
Yeah, that is interesting. I never even took that into consideration. No, I'm firm with the 6. I'm firm with that. Here's an interesting one. May not be interesting to all. Dolphins Lions.
Dolphins by 17.
Dolphins 7.
Logan said
I think
Dolphins.
if Swift play,
I got some predictions on this game.
I got the Detroit Lions by 7.
See, come on! I'm actually leading Lions 3, and I have a prediction. I think Aiden Hutchinson puts Tua back out. I think because that's the side he rushes from the side. Hold
on, man. Hold on. Wait. Whoa. Don't be betting on my player getting hurt.
I'm just saying. I didn't say I bet. I just think that's
Mike. Hold on. Wait a minute. Mike knows this. I've been waiting for a quarterback for a very long time. Okay, you're not gonna do this to me. All right. So I'm gonna take Dolphins 13. Stop playing. Okay. Don't do that no more.
10.
Bad juju.
I'm going Lions 3.
Damn, he said he gonna get hurt.
Listen, I'm telling you, I think because he rushes from the side that Tua likes to roll into, and he doesn't watch enough.
Hey, right. Go ahead.
CT, you said Lions what?
7.
7. That's what I thought.
Hey, like I told you though, Tua was scooting. You seen him scoot on that touchdown there. All right.
But you gotta force him out that pocket, and Aiden's going to do so.
Nah, he just needs to scoot a little more. That's all. Just scoot a little more for me.
Listen.
Oh, Q. There you go, Q.
There you go. All right. Coach Mike, who you got?
I got Dolphins by 10, and I'm going to do something that you're not going to be able to unsee. Watch Q when he's talking, especially when he's making a really good point, and tell me he doesn't have Dave Chappelle's mannerisms. There are some little things like,
oh, shit, hold up.
You're not going to be able to unsee it, man. I apologize, Q. I'm sorry.
Hey. In high school, I watched a lot of Dave Chappelle. That was my dog.
I gotta write that down too. Aiden Hutchinson.
All right, Dave Chappelle and a lot of Little Richard.
Whoa. Hey, look. The guy that got the do-rag on.
Let me do this too. Bang. That's fucking me up because I've been writing shit in different spots. That's why I had to re-ask who said. Okay, so I X'd them out. Next, Raiders Saints.
Raiders by 13.
Damn.
Ooh.
I say Raiders by 8.
Me and Mark got the same one. I'm not changing. All right, Logan said. Long John said 8. They just opened the. Oh no, that's the Captain D's. Logan got it. That wasn't even a joke. That's true. I mix up names. I don't know.
Oh,
CT, who you got?
We'll go to Saints by 6.
You just
man. You gonna go with what is it? Andy Dalton? Who's the quarterback right now?
It is
Winston is healthy, but they're going to stick with Dalton for right now. They say they got a good rhythm. They've been scoring a lot of points. They've been scoring a lot of points offensively.
They played a good game against Arizona.
34 points, 26 points, 39 points. They've been scoring with them.
They have scored. Yeah.
Yeah, Malcolm don't know nothing about that.
You said what? You say Q Saints what?
Oh, you just gonna pick for me?
Oh, I thought that's what you said.
Well, I do got a little black and gold on, so I might well take them. Saints by 3 in the Superdome.
This nigga betting. I don't want to see your tickets. You said Saints 3. Okay. Mike, what you got?
Raiders by 6.
Raiders 6.
Go on, Mike.
All right. Next game we got a house divided.
Dum dum dum.
We got the Steelers Eagles. Papa versus Junior. I know that's Junior, but
that's gonna be Eagles by 17.
Okay. Are you saying that because you're mad at your father?
No.
I'm just playing.
You know what I'm saying? I watched that Steelers Dolphins game, and this just not.
Pickett, I don't care how much flash he gives you. I don't know if he's him.
Then y'all got Robert Quinn playing this week too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that
taking
hurt.
Eagles by 14.
Eagles 14. I'm going Eagles too. I'm just kind of torn.
I'm gonna take them by 10. Eagles.
Go on, you.
About the Rock.
Torn. I am. I'm really torn.
And they playing in Philly.
I got to.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's 13.
And a slaughter Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, it's gonna be a slaughterhouse game. Eagles 21.
He says slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse.
Eagles by 10.
That defense finna put on a show.
Yeah, they did just get Buddy. I forgot about that.
And I was wrong, Cliff. The Raiders gave away their defensive tackle in exchange for a pick.
Who they give away? Hankins?
Hankins.
Yep.
Yep, they gave away Hankins. Yep.
It depends.
It's like a 4th round pick or something. It's like
I'm upset with that. I am upset with that, but it depends honestly on what you plan on doing with that pick. I feel like for you to think it's code red to give up Hankins for the pick, I'm leaning towards you're looking for a quarterback, and I would be satisfied if you did that. If it's anything other than, that's another Raiders fuck up. It's not no Khalil Mack, Josh Jacobs fuck up by no means, but it is a Raiders fuck up. But back to the picks, unless anybody else has anything else on that topic. Doesn't sound like it. What you smiling at, Q?
Sound pretty frustrated, that's all.
That's fucked up, though. Yeah. I knew exactly who it was as soon as you said it. That's so fucked up. Next game, Pats Jets.
I got the Jets by 10. Jets by 10.
I did have the Jets with this as well, but it was not 10.
Man, I'm rolling with CT.
I'm going Jets 7.
Go.
Patriots by 9.
Pats by 3.
Okay.
I'm not buying the Jets hype.
Nope. No Brees Hall, no win.
And you said Pats 3, Mike?
Yep.
My whole thing behind that is
you don't believe James Robinson can do anything. They just traded for James Robinson.
My whole thing is I feel like Belichick he fucked up last week. You fucked up against the Bears.
How often have you seen Belichick fuck up?
But it seems like you may make the same decision if you're putting Mac Jones back in.
All right, they're starting him.
So if you've already fucked up because you're not letting like we said last week, your hot hand run, then what do you expect your hot hand to do when he gets in with a half gone in the game? I think you're going to put yourself in the same situation you were against with the Bears. And the Jets, in my opinion, currently are a lot more dangerous team than the Bears. That's
we got to go with our pro. He was in the Pro Bowl, so yeah, we got to go with him. Man. We're going with Mac Jones, man. We got to go with him.
Last year's Pro Bowl was a fucking donation. Well, you know what I'm talking about? Where the motherfucker that donated the most gets the call. They had Darius Slay in the Pro Bowl last year. And I'm not saying that, you know how I feel about Slay. We know he didn't have the best season last year with the Eagles. This season would have been his Pro Bowl season.
Everybody makes the Pro Bowl, Cliff. There was never it hasn't been as prestigious event in years. Everybody makes it. That's why they discontinued it and made it something else.
Right.
It's like
sure, hey.
But you said Pat's what, CT?
We put in the Jets. We're gonna beat them by 14.
Okay.
Sauce Gardner had 3 picks. Logan,
we hold them about 3 points. 3 points.
Okay. 3 points. 3 points. Okay.
Especially if Zach ain't trying to throw the ball, no touchdown. So
that would be a 17-3 game.
17-3.
Logan, you're on mute. Dumbass.
I'm talking about my nigga like that.
I'm gonna get Malcolm's ass.
Who you got on the Pats Jets? And we got 2 more.
I'll take Jets by 6 for the hell of it.
Ooh, for the hell of it.
Mac Wilson over Mac Jones.
That for hell. For hell of it. Bengals Browns.
Ooh, Bengals.
Monday night.
Bengals by 10.
Bengals by 3. They both choke under the lights.
Ooh, you think?
Yes, sir.
Bengals been looking nice. Special
I'm going Bengals
offense.
18.
I said I'm going Bengals 21.
Okay.
He said another skunk in his selection.
Bengals been looking too hot on the offense.
How
Monday
you
night
feeling,
game.
Logan?
Bengals 14.
Bengals 14. And last, but not definitely. Never mind. Let me stop. I've been watching Workaholics, so I was about to say. And last, but definitely not gay. Cardinals versus Vikings.
Whoa. Cardinals versus Vikings?
Get the Buffalo Bills and the Packers.
The Bills Packers?
Oh shit.
Whoa.
X have that Cardinals Vikings.
And no one cares about the Vikings.
The Bills Packers
I got 2 games more interesting than that.
Nobody cares about the Bills Packers. We all picking Bills.
Hey, you gave me my Browns pick, Cliff.
I don't think you got Q on the Bill or Browns Bengals.
I'm gonna be the oddball. I'm gonna be the oddball out there. Browns by 2.
Cliff
is fucking up as the host.
And it's gonna be a safety. Well, you know, the longer the show goes, Bills Packers, and then we'll jump back because I still want that Cardinals Vikings.
Bills Packers in what terms?
You said in what terms?
Right.
Like talking about like, are we talking about offense or defense? Because Bills defense and offense looking top notch.
Well, the game. This is the game, right?
The pick'ems.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. All right, what we got?
I'm going Bills 24.
Man, you stole my damn spread, Cliff.
For real?
Yeah, man. I'm still taking it.
You got to.
Bills 17.
I have Bills 18, Cliff.
Whoa.
All right. Wait, you said Bills 17, Mike?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Mike said he gonna price his rating. He gonna add $1. Bills 18. All right, CT and Logan.
I'm going Packers by 3.
CT, I should just put a red stripe down half of your. And I've noticed that you do that. You pick with the underdog. I love it. But you are
Because I feel
underdog
like
picker.
Aaron Rodgers he upset a little bit. He been playing terrible, so
Upset from a quarterback position doesn't always read well. Last one, Cardinals Vikings.
Hold on, real quick. What made you pick that game out of the other ones? Out of curiosity,
Because I think that it's a toss up somewhat.
Because I like that Rams 49ers game. I think that's going to be a better game, and I think that the Commanders and Colts game will be better because
the Commanders and Colts would. I looked at that one as well. But
I just
Cliff the host and he has spoken.
But also with Heineke and without Matt Ryan, I still kind of.
That's why it's a toss up because you got Heineke and Ellinger.
Would you like to add that as well?
No, it didn't matter. I just was curious.
Let's add that as well. Cardinals, Vikings, and then Washington Colts, and we out.
I'm going with Vikings by 6.
Vikings by 3.
I'm going Vikings by 7.
Okay.
Cardinals 14.
3. Logan said Vikings by, what'd you say?
I said 7, but I think I want to change it to 10.
Okay. CT said Cardinals 3.
Cardinals by 13.
Oh, 13. Okay. I'm actually leaning towards the Cardinals on this one too.
I'm taking Cardinals by a touchdown. Oh man! Whoa!
Man,
whoa!
It's all right. Great minds think alike. We both down for 7. Yep, and then that's it. That's it. So who's hitting them? And we out this bitch.
Hold on. You said the Colts versus Commanders you wanted to add.
Oh, yeah, we did say that. Damn.
I got Commanders by 5.
By 5, okay.
Commanders by 3.
Colts by 3.
Commanders 3. Logan said Coach Mike said Commanders 3. Logan said Colts 3. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going with Commanders 8.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Commanders 10.
Commanders 10. And then Q.
You looking good either way. Colts by 3.
Okay. All right, and then who hitting them? And we out this, John.
The OHSAA as an entity can hit the shower. Expanding the playoffs in high school from 8 teams to 16 teams for a region has not only diminished the meaning of the playoffs and the meaning of making the playoffs, it has also set kids up for failure. The bottom 4 seeds that now make this 16 team playoff, I'll be curious to see what the results are tomorrow night, have not won a game yet, and over 60% of those games have ended in running clock situations. So having a 16 seed play a 1 or a 15 seed play a 2 has led to situations of blowouts and not a close game really in the bunch, which is 1, demoralizing. 2, it's actually kind of dangerous for high school kids because if you have a team that is that far down versus a top-ranked high school team, you're going to get kids hurt. And 3, it drives kids out of the sport because they don't want to fucking play that last week where they know they're going to go and get their asses kicked.
Right.
If anything, they could have expanded to 12 teams and given the first 4 weeks or the first 4 seeds a bye week. But the OHSAA doesn't care about students. They don't care about the student athlete. What they care about is that extra fucking gate money that they get from doubling the number of fucking playoff games. So fuck the OHSAA.
Hey.
Fuck
them.
I got to drop.
All right, well, be safe.
Yep.
You heard it first here On the Hit the Showers podcast.
Fuck the OH. That's all that.
Mike said,
I'm giving hit the showers to Tom Brady and the Bucks. Y'all got y'all's asses kicked by the Panthers. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
No, you're exactly right, Mount.
You know what I mean?
Walker went out there.
Mount. Who was it, Mount? You were banking on the whole season? Who was it?
Man, I'm not worried about it. I told you I said depending on the matchup. I didn't say the whole season. I said depending on the matchup.
You said the whole
fantasy football. That's why I got 3 quarterbacks because
you said
the matchup.
You said a goat is gonna do goat shit, and I don't.
And he will when the time is right. He's just not acting like a goat right now. And until then, he's on my bench.
No, I agree with that. He will show up if he needs to show up.
He's gotta hit the
right
shower.
Right now, it's looking tough.
But the only thing I'm saying about that is that when it comes to actual NFL football, and when it comes to fantasy football, those are 2 different games. And it's not like significant difference between those 2. But
I know what you said.
Yeah, you can't count on Tom Brady as your fantasy quarterback.
Shit, who would have counted Geno Smith to be top 7?
You ain't kidding. You ain't fucking kidding, Cliff.
Oh shit. I mean, I get it. My hit the showers is going to once again go to Jizzy from the block, formerly known as Giselle Brady. Man, hit them bitches, man. Hit them Costa Rican showers. You ain't getting shit from my nigga. You got more than he do. Yeah. So hit him.
Yeah, about the finesse hand.
Sure, mine's hit the showers, go to Ken Allen. He plays 1 half. He's been out 6 weeks. Hurt my fantasy for sure.
He mad about his fantasy team.
I'm thinking he fresh, ready to go. Dude. And they got a bye week. So he's feeling like, I don't know what to do, man. Let's hit the showers, man.
Yeah, it's bad.
Do we need to cue him out?
No, I already get this dude.
Man.
Or is that Logan?
Oh yeah.
Well, y'all heard about the latest lawsuit on Deshaun Watson, right?
Nah.
Somebody took it to the.
Yeah, that other woman. Yeah. Well, she need to hit the showers, okay? Because she on that bullshit. So she filed her motion against him.
Right.
Number 1, without the legal counsel even contacting Deshaun Watson. That's strike 1. Then strike 2 is he bust out the text messages. She asking him to meet do he want to meet at the hotel? She said she got the best head in Houston. Let me know when you ready to make big deposits.
Not a lot. Let me stop.
Oh shit!
How you filing a lawsuit for allegations on him like these other women did when you coming at this man? You coming at this man and you trying to tarnish him after he done lost some money.
That's a tower heist.
Yeah.
That's a cash grab. Listen.
All right. And then strike 3. She wasn't scared. She wasn't intimidated. She didn't do anything. She didn't want to. And she didn't do anything where she didn't feel like she was safe. So what's the problem? You texting this man, I got the best head. And you ain't intimidated. But you filed a lawsuit too? That's why Deshaun Watson clapping back with his own lawsuit.
This might help.
Some money.
This might help his situation.
Hey, she need to hit the motherfucking showers because she a dirty asshole. Hit the showers.
Right.
And when I find your name, I'm gonna come back next week and I'm gonna put your name out there and you're gonna hit the showers again.
Don't do that. Give me a minute if you got the best head. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Well, I mean, she ain't Jizzy from the block or nothing.
Listen, now Jizzy's up for grabs. Listen, the fuck. But you got did you give your hit the showers, Logan?
No.
No, I don't think so. I would say my hit the showers is probably it's definitely biased, but I damn near might have to go the Dolphins again.
Ooh.
And it's only because I'm very critical of the Dolphins.
All right.
Like I'm harder on the Dolphins than any other team because I'm a fan of them.
Right.
And I would say that, first of all, the fact that they didn't go for that field goal.
Right.
Secured it 19-10 easily. They went for it twice. On 4th and 3. I'm not saying it was the wrong decision, but I'm saying in terms of that game,
didn't make sense.
Put a name on it, Logan. So put a name on it then.
Put a name on it.
Who are you talking about in the organization specifically? Because you already alluded to it that you want.
No, here's the only thing I hate about the organization is Stephen Ross.
Yes. Thank you.
Ross is the worst part of that organization. He's the absolutely fucking worst part.
The owner or the what? GM?
Owner. He's the owner of the Dolphins. But at the same time, no, it don't really change. That's what it comes down to. Stephen Ross. Hit the damn showers. You may as well hit the fucking bricks as well, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. And he need to hit the showers for putting that expensive ass goddamn shopping plaza in the fucking hood. That was stupid. And then put a Goodwill, and then put a fucking Goodwill next door. What the fuck? Hit the shower, Steven. Stupid.
Bro, Stephen Ross, showers.
Yeah.
Every fucking week, bro. Every fucking week.
Logan said that.
Yeah, that'd have been a bad loss for y'all if y'all lost to the Steelers.
Oh no, we weren't losing no. What his name is? Kitty Pickett
for the longest.
Kitty pick a motherfucking pass.
That's only because we wouldn't put points on the board. They wasn't gonna put no more points on the board.
No, hell no.
Y'all, that's them slants in the middle was cut off like he said in the middle. Like, I don't know, y'all can throw the ball down the field.
That's why Logan alluding to them field goals. They should have kicked them. He right. But
what's your wide receiver 3's name?
Who's that?
On the Dolphins?
Fuck, it depends on which week you're talking about.
Mike Gaskins.
Oh yeah, Sherfield that came over from the 49ers. Yeah,
he had a couple. He had that one late game that could have been a touchdown that he ran out of bounds.
Yeah.
I don't really hold it that. I mean, a scoreless half is tough on either side.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I really hold the Dolphins to that too tough, because I feel like if they wanted to, they could have scored.
But you know what Logan is missing that was up in the booth? Brian Flores.
You think that helped?
No. Yes.
You do think that helped?
Yes.
Why? That offense is different since he's been there.
That was a threat.
The scheme is different. Your number one receiver is different. But the Dolphins are still the Dolphins to me in a slick kind of way. They're just more confident and they have a better offensive scheme because we have an offensive mind, a head coach that knows what the hell he's doing.
I don't even know if I would say that their wide receiver one is different. Because I still feel like Waddle gets the bulk of the passes. Tyreek gets certain passes, certain down situations.
No, because
but I feel like he's targeting Waddle more than he's targeting Hill.
Waddle is number 5 right now in receiving yards in the league, and Tyreek's number 1? No.
Yeah, he's either 2 or 1 right now.
That's different though, because they're two different receivers. Tyreek is set up for yak. Waddle is set up to get the catch.
Exactly. Well, you also got to remember Tyreek gonna get the doubles. You can't double both.
Right.
You know?
That's absolutely correct.
But if you look at it on the year anyway, Waddle's getting most of those catches because they're doubling Tyreek.
Right.
And that's not to say that one is better than the other or anything like that.
Oh, no, it is. Tyreek's definitely better than Waddle.
He is, but
at the moment.
That's why they're
no.
You said no? You think Waddle's different. Better than Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, a crazy rookie season.
I think Logan made the perfect point. I think that the fact that the doubles are coming to Tyreek instead of Waddle lets you know who the defenses are worried about.
Yeah.
Even what he did last year as a rookie, it was crazy.
No, I agree. It was last year he was hurt half the year, wasn't he?
Yeah. No, you're exactly right.
Was it the year before then?
No. This second year.
So yeah, okay, so last year was his rookie year then.
You're right. CT right.
Yeah, he had a crazy year last year.
Before he got hurt.
I think he set rookie records.
Well, they also was trying our offense last year. They were daring us to throw the ball.
Right.
And he broke out.
I'm just saying, I feel like he got a crazy. Against the Ravens, he was just going. He had a lot of one-on-ones. He was going over the top. He wasn't just catching
you can't keep up. You can't keep up with a guy like that.
Just don't be surprised if he be the next receiver to ever win MVP.
Facts.
Down the line, no time soon. I'm just saying down the line.
Triple crown
type. Like that window is only 3 years.
All right.
That's fair.
3 years to make that happen.
I can.
3 years from this year, not including this year, but 3 additional years.
Right.
That's your window.
A 3-year window is a big window.
It is.
For somebody like Waddle, I would say yes. Not for all wide receivers.
His cuts are nasty, man.
I would say if Waddle stays on Miami for 3 years, that's a different story.
Well, I don't know, because I look at Amon-Ra St. Brown, and you're on Detroit, and that's a team that's less than Miami. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like the same way as Breece Hall. Even the bad teams, you look at the players that are producing on them, and you're like, who is that? And that gives you a boost.
Right. But if you got a team with two star targets, at least 2 star targets, like the Dolphins. I know it's not just the Dolphins, but one of those teams is the Dolphins. So you have to look at that. And then at the same time, it's okay, if we don't start so-and-so, it's going to change the outcome of the game, right?
I would take 2 over Carr.
I would take 2 over Carr.
Yeah. Concussion, injury, all that. I'm signing up for everything. I'll take 2 over Carr.
The boy can throw, man.
He can throw, and he's willing to take a risk. And his risk to reward efficiency is a lot better than a lot of quarterbacks.
That's probably true.
That's why I said don't be putting no bad juju on my quarterback.
Yeah, no, I get it. I wouldn't want nobody talking about my quarterback I like getting hurt either. But I think it is only a matter of time before he takes another big hit, and I think Detroit could be the team to give it to him.
You think Detroit's defense is going to give it to Miami's offense?
They got a big line.
The defensive line is crazy in Detroit. And then their
with
DBs
speed.
can still hold up. They're not great, but they can hold up. If that D line gets there, we're good to go type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If not, we may get burnt.
I know what you mean, but
I don't see them. I don't see the DBs being that effective.
No, not too much. No, I think that they do go off. I think that the Dolphins do go off if
that's what I'm saying.
The D-line can't get there. But Tua's very skittish, so I don't think it takes much to get him off of the original game plan. If you get one step in there, he's already thinking, oh shit, here it comes. Let me get off. Like, he won't sit in it is my biggest issue.
Nah, my biggest issue is he does sit in it.
Well, no, because there's a difference. Sometimes sitting in that pocket is the safest. Like I said, stepping up into the defense coming down is the safest thing to do in a lot of times. But as a quarterback, you think, oh, shit, they're coming. Let me try to outrun them to the house. No, step up into that pocket, be safer, and then make your decision. Haven't seen a lot of that at Tua.
Well, I don't know if Logan feels the same way. I think that the weakest part of our offensive line is at the center position as far as blocking.
That's interesting.
I completely agree.
Because that rush comes right up the middle. Right. It never hits him from the outside. He always has a lane either way.
It never hits him from the outside initially. There's something that's causing him to bow out. And it's always usually to the left. I don't know what that is.
But if you look at that, exactly, Cliff. If you look at that, every time that we're getting penetration from the left side, that's where we typically see the most weakness from.
That's where he's taking the hit from the left side edge rush. So my whole thing is if the nose guard or the D tackles push enough weight through that middle, you're running him right into one of the best young edge rushes in the NFL.
That's film work. That's film work. He's a lefty.
I agree with Q where if you come to the left too much, you're going to see trouble because there is a dangerous line right there. But it is very circumstantial. You know, it's not always, the right side. Right. It's not going to be the right side stronger than the left side every single time. Mm-hmm. It's going to be circumstantial to the matchup. It's strictly
that's the circumstances why I'm rocking with Detroit is because both sides of the line at least are tough. Can't say a lot for the DBs, but both sides of the line are going to give you problems. And if your issue is being skittish, like Carr's is, I get skittish and I forget what I was going to do, that's a problem. But you don't have a lot of time to make your mind up.
That's exactly where, especially, now I can't say it for the whole game because we talked about this earlier already. But when Tua was feeling comfortable, he lets go of that ball.
He was slinging it quick. Yeah, he was.
So early.
First half. First half, I saw a lot of that.
Which is when he was most comfortable.
There was that one play in, I think it was the end of the first or the beginning of the second, where he rolled out to the left once again, and the left side DN touched him even after he got the pass off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'm thinking, don't let Aiden get in that situation.
You're exactly right. I'm not ever saying that Tua is like the fastest or, you know, the most efficient running quarterback. But if he has to scramble out of the pocket with a receiving core like Miami, I mean,
that's
he stands
an interesting question, and I don't mean to prolong the show, but that's a very interesting question. Do you think that the reason he chooses not to run is because he thinks Waddle and Hill are that dynamic that they'll get open quicker? And he'll hold the ball longer instead of taking off because I'm waiting for you to break?
No.
I would believe that as a quarterback. I got Waddle and Hill. They are going to beat you at some point.
He's been that way since he came. He's been that way since he came in. He even I brought this up talking with a coworker. That Arkansas game where he got hurt playing for Alabama. Right. It was him rolling out, and instead of him taking off,
you're right.
He was looking to make that throw still, and the D lineman caught up with him. And
you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, so it's a habit. It's more of a habit.
Yeah, like we was talking about Q off podcast, they need an ex-quarterback to come in and teach him pocket safety. This is the safety of your pocket. Are
you Sherfield? Sherfield has been a great addition as far as giving Tua that extra hand.
You ain't kidding.
You know what I mean? Like most of the times that he has rolled out when the game was on the line, like Sherfield has got that first down for him.
Right.
That's
the Renfro.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll cover your back. I don't need yards or stats. Just if you need me, I'm here.
Yep. Give me a couple of catches, 10, 11 yards.
Do something. They really do need to do something. That's because I would never in a million years ever say Lions over Dolphins, but I'm really leaning Lions over Dolphins in this game.
To me, it's almost to the point where Mike McDaniels would have to scheme it.
Yes, exactly.
To get them comfortable. You know, if not this, then this.
Right.
You know what I mean? And work on that with the receiver room and get it going. Even with the running backs, Mostert, Chase Edmonds, Myles Gaskins.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Y'all getting shit back.
Yeah, we got hands out there. So you just got to scheme it, man. Got to scheme it. Because Tua, he's a great decision maker, but he wants to make that throw. He wants to make that throw.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to throw the interception. He only has 3 on the year.
Man. He didn't have a lot of interceptions. I still don't. I can't argue. I kind of want to argue great decision maker.
I can attest to that.
I disagree.
Because you're a Patriots fan.
I don't know that I will argue he's a great decision maker, but he's proven that he makes better decisions than people give him credit for. Because it's Matt Ryan with 9, Matt Stafford with 8, it's Kenny Pickett with 7, and it's at least 5 quarterbacks with 6.
He'll be up there at the top when it's all said and done.
He must be talking about Mac Jones. Who?
No.
Listen, that depends on how much they play him. He said 821-330-8004. Hit Mac Jones up on the low because Mac Jones, he got that throw. I don't even know. I might have you calling the wrong line. Might fuck around, be Mac Jones' line. Call it. But does anybody have anything to take us out?
Man, good football this week.
We did too much today. We had 250.
Hey, good football this week.
Game. I ain't got no time to waste.
If you're betting, don't lose your money.
Well, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a friend to tell an enemy, tell that enemy to troll. Congrats to Britt. What was you about to say, Logan? I felt like you was about to say something.
No, I was just saying, support the podcast. Like,
period. In any way.
In any way, yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely be pushing it on Facebook. And
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I just started subscribing to people's YouTubes because I was thinking like I can turn the notifications off. I don't have to get notified when they go live. I can turn them off. So I just started subscribing. Don't cost nothing. Do it.
Oh, girl, tell your sister. That's all it takes. Just tell your sister.
I'm with you on that. We'll be back. We actually about to. We'll be back Saturday. Saturday we got some shit popping. It's been a lot in the NBA. We can't let that go untalked about. I'll shoot the info to the chat for anybody that may be interested. But we'll catch y'all next week.
For sure.
We out.
Hey, you said NBA Saturday.